Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have a great interview with Coach Wade Phillips, all-time football guy. Also was paid for by a quarter horse, which you have to listen to that story. Great storyteller, also coached some of the greatest football players of all time. We have a ton of playoff stuff to talk about, NBA, NHL, hot seat, cool throne, FAQ, a couple segments thrown in there, pack show for you, and is brought to you by our friends at HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable, and that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes. They sent us some. I love it. You cook it up real quick. There's nothing better than a home-cooked meal, and HelloFresh cuts out all that grocery store stuff. It cuts out, what should we have for dinner tonight? It's there for you. You could try HelloFresh's quick and easy meals, 15 to 20-minute dinners, breakfast on the go, and more easy options perfect for your busy lifestyle. When you cook at home, you eat better, you feel better. All of that happens with HelloFresh. Get better value. HelloFresh is 28% cheaper than shopping at your local grocery store and 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal without sacrificing the quality. So go to HelloFresh.com/PMT12 and use code PMT12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. HelloFresh.com/PMT12. Use that code PMT12. You get 12 free meals, including free shipping. So go check them out. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com/PMT12 right now, and you get 12 free meals. Today is Wednesday, June 9th, and thank God. Oh, 6-9.
Nice.
Oh, fuck. Let's do that again.
Oral sex.
Ready? Today is Wednesday, 6-9.
Nice.
Bonk. I was gonna say, thank God we are a regular season Nuggets podcast because we just won MVP, boys.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
All right, good job, everybody.
Shout out to our regular season Nuggets.
Also, shout out for Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose won the MVP.
Yeah.
He got one vote.
Yes.
The fan vote. Oh, sorry, Hank, was that going to be your cool throne?
Don't worry about me.
My bad.
But yeah, he got one vote.
It was nice.
People got very mad.
It was the fan vote. I'm sure that there was some sort of fan organization around that.
I actually had I just voted 1,000,000 times.
Were you allowed to do that online?
Yeah.
Like a hashtag thing?
Yeah, it was a hashtag. I don't know if you saw. I was doing it from Youngstown Bob's account. But yeah, no. Jokic wins the MVP. The lowest drafted player to ever win the MVP, 41st pick.
Yeah, the fattest kid to ever grow up into the MVP.
That picture of his little titties, which I think you can say, right? Even though he's under 18.
Well, since it's a boy. You can say
his little boy titties is going to be stuff of legends for all the fat boys out there for the rest of the time. Like, if you have a fat boy, you put that picture up on your refrigerator. You're like, see that guy? He's the MVP of the NBA in 2021.
His little manlets. He is definitely a shirt in the pool kind of guy. It's fat boy summer, according to the Hard Factor guys.
Yes.
And so I've noticed that there's a huge amount of fat pictures. Not even fat pictures. There's just a lot of pictures of Jokic as a child.
Yes.
How often was he getting his picture taken? Because now it's like every time I see...
that's pretty regular.
Yeah, that is kind of regular.
It's every time I see a picture of a fat kid, I think that it's Nikola Jokic now.
Yeah. It's a hell of like the 41st pick in the draft is crazy.
It was such a low pick in the draft. Did you see the videos recirculating today in the live broadcast?
Yes.
It was a Taco Bell commercial. They were
Quesarito.
they were running a Taco Bell commercial during the draft pick. Like,
That's amazing.
That was how people found out who the Nuggets got.
What was the analysis, the live analysis of that pick?
It was
Was he one of the ones they just didn't
it
talk
was
about?
add a taco and a quesadilla together, you get a quesarito.
That's perfect. He should be called the Big Quesarito.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so just a couple stats.
That could stick.
Yeah, that could stick.
The Big Quesarito.
The Big quesarito.
You might have to make
Trade
He's got a
Trademark
little of
it.
this, little of that.
And Taco Bell, if you want to wet the whistle a little bit on that.
It's too bad we don't root for him anymore. Go Suns. So lowest draft pick ever to win the MVP. First MVP to play every game in a season since Kobe in 2008. Take that for load management. Was only 72 games, but still should count. And he was top 5 in total points, rebounds, and assists.
And he's just a cool-looking MVP. You know what he is? He's like a combo breaker. Because you're going to see a lot of the same people winning MVP back to back to back to back. And I'm sure some of the usual suspects will come back next year and the year after and continue to win it. He's going to be a trivia question down the line. I'm telling the audience right now, there will come a time in your life when you are asked who the 2020-2021 MVP was, and you're going to need to remember this moment when I'm telling you that it's Jokic, because it will win you money.
Yes. And also who got one vote? Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are both going to be trivia questions. Derrick Rose, another combo breaker for his MVP. I just love watching him play. And I know we're not a Nuggets podcast anymore in the playoffs, but he is one of those guys that, like, just everything about his game is so much fun because it doesn't fully make sense, but then it's just beautiful to watch.
For a second, I actually thought he was on the Jazz.
Oh, yeah. He could be.
We are watching the Jazz right now. It's on the background. It's 10:48.
Yep.
Pretty late. So we are paying attention to that game with one eye.
We're giving the West Coast some love. Kawhi Leonard is awesome. There you go.
Playoff dub.
So let's talk real quick. The Suns are fucking electric. Guy Fieri is now on the bandwagon in Flavortown. And I'm actually, like, I know we don't like bandwagon fans. Actually, I have no problem with bandwagon fans. I always thought it was so stupid to be like, more people are buying this stuff and, like, the city is more electric.
Yeah, what's the issue?
It's actually awesome. But
It's like movies.
yeah, right. Like, everyone's getting pumped about it.
Is it the fan version of a super team, though?
Well, my point about Guy Fieri is I think he's America's fan. I think he should just go from city to city, sitting courtside or sitting, like, 50-yard line for the best team every year and be like, yeah, I'm a fan of this team now. I think he gets a pass.
I think Guy Fieri should be America's mascot.
Yeah.
He is everything that we thought the bald eagle would be.
Right.
Like, it's tough to root. When I see Guy Fieri on the sideline, I just think if you're cheering against whatever team Guy Fieri's cheering for, then you're essentially rooting against flavor.
Right.
He's Drake's Wario. He's the good version of a bandwagon
Yes,
fan.
so he should be everywhere. Shout out to Bald Eagle, even though, like, you're almost extinct.
No,
did you see the white
wrong,
rhino?
Wrong. Big
Oh, is it back?
We have a plethora of bald eagles.
Oh.
We're about like one bad mating season away from being forced to everybody in America go buy a gun and kill a bald eagle.
It's a federal crime to kill a bald eagle.
It is,
right?
and
Yeah.
that's why they keep fucking.
Yeah.
There's 316,700 individual bald
Oh,
eagles
we're good.
in the
Too
lower
many.
48
Dude,
states.
that's such a
too many.
lie they told us.
Not even including Alaska?
That's the
I feel
lower
like they-
48. I
oh,
assume
then-
is not Alaska.
No,
lies.
Alaska is the southernmost state based
yeah.
on maps.
They gotta have like.
It's always down.
Oh
They
yeah,
told us-
and
Yeah.
Hawaii.
They
Do we
told
consider
us-
Hawaii is the southernest
that many
state?
alone
Yes.
in Alaska.
They told us the bald eagle was in trouble like 15 years ago.
I think there's
feel
more
like.
bald eagles than humans in Alaska.
Yeah, probably. That's true. You could pick any animal.
You can't
Seals.
swing a dead cat in Alaska without knocking a bald eagle out of the sky.
Yeah, they're like mosquitoes in Alaska. There's just bald eagles everywhere.
But we love them.
We love them.
They're just nowhere near as cool as Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri represents everything great about America that the bald eagle does not.
Right, exactly. So Suns, way to go. Go Suns, go.
I do love the fans. There's something different about the camera angles that they're showing the fans at. Either that or they're just cooler in
No,
Phoenix.
you know what it is? I think everyone has just a touch of, like, sun poisoning at the Suns game.
That could be it.
Because it's in the desert. So you know that feeling when maybe you've had a couple drinks and you've been out in the sun all day and it's really hot and you feel just an extra little bit punch drunk. That's what the Suns crowd is every time.
There are also more children there. It looks like half basketball game, half Dude Perfect concert.
Well,
and
the
they
games
also
are easy.
you
You're
know-
early because they're like 7. Yeah, they're like 7.
The kids can get home
Yeah,
on
the
a
kids
school
can get
night.
home.
I like that.
6:30
Some things are
tomorrow night.
bigger than sports.
Yeah.
There's also an element of the Suns fandom online. I think it's a small thing right now, but it's gaining steam. Have you seen Chugging with the Fellas?
No.
Best I can tell, it's a group of like a couple hundred Suns fans that just chug beers after wins.
Yeah.
And they just videotape them. They're Dana B. The entire fan base is Dana B's.
You know what? Suns Twitter actually is like, I want to give a shout out because I somehow follow a few of them, but they have a very strong. I always respect any fan base that hasn't been good in a really long time. And it's like, I saw a tweet that was like a roll call beforehand, and like everyone was replying. I was like, this is kind of cool.
It's very positive.
Yeah.
I like Suns Instagram a little bit more. Here's something from Suns Instagram real quick.
Nope.
I think that the Suns actually won today. I don't really
Bonk.
know. I'm just seeing a lot of memes and shit. So I don't know if you know
How she gets her
Monty,
news.
but can you please tell him that I want the MVP award, because I just really think that it's my fault that they keep winning. So please get
It's
back
her
to
fault.
me. I love you so bad, and I hope you're not cheating on me. But if you are cheating, at least wear a condom. Okay, love you.
Damn.
Gotta go.
So that's
Sounds like you guys are
that's,
official.
That's one member of Suns Instagram.
Yes. Bonk.
Her.
I like how
Yeah,
that's
you and
actually
you.
a beautiful way to live life, though, is she doesn't have to check the box score. She can just determine who wins or lose based
From
off
the
the
memes.
Yeah. How many
That's-
notifications she
That's
gets.
true 2021 shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Why were the Sixers doing the suck it thing before the game? That should have been the Suns.
Yes. Which Embiid, he righted the wrong tonight. The Sixers won. They're back. They also are back because they were booing Danny Green for missing shots, which when you boo, like Philadelphia, I know that it's such a cliche and really annoying, the nature is healing, but Philadelphia booing their own sports players during a playoff game, that truly is like, all right, we're going to be okay.
Well, that's because Danny Green is a football team fan, right? There was that fight
Yes.
that happened outside, so they don't
Yes.
view him. He's not as Philly. He doesn't represent Philly sports as much as Philly sports fans represent
Yes.
Philly sports.
I think that's going to be a good series, though. I'm excited for. I mean, that felt like a good counterpunch from the Sixers, which they needed to do because everyone was freaking out. No, they weren't freaking out, but everyone was like, "Fuck, Trae Young might be really good," including myself.
So in theory, I agree with you. I think that it's going to be evenly matched in terms of games won and lost. But I feel like this is my series that I'm highlighting for every game will be a blowout, one way or the other.
Even though technically the first game wasn't.
Yeah, they just ran out of time.
It was a 2-point game.
It felt like 4-point. Yeah,
game.
it felt like a blowout.
Do you
for
actually?
most of the game.
You actually know what the craziest part about the first game was? I'm pretty sure every starter on the Sixers was plus in their plus minus. Every starter on the Hawks was minus in their plus minus.
How does that work?
Because
Math lies.
The bench plays.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those
Yeah,
guys. Shout out
and the
Vince Vaughn.
fact that the Sixers made that comeback at the end
Yeah.
changed everything. I saw that as a tweet. I didn't actually follow up, so that could be wrong.
But it was a tweet.
I'm actually going to look it up right now. Ready
Hank,
for
I have a
this?
question while Big Cat looks that up. How do you feel about rooting against the Sixers? Basically taking a shit on the entire city of Philadelphia every single day on Part of My Take, and also knowing that Bob Kraft was literally sitting courtside tonight.
Well, him and Michael Rubin are good friends. That's well documented. So I have no problem with that.
Fact check, correct. Bogdanovich was technically a 0, but everyone else was a negative, and everyone on the Sixers was a positive in a what felt like a blowout by the Hawks.
That is
in
a
game
very
1.
fun stat.
That is a weird stat. And then obviously everyone on the bench for the Hawks was a positive, and everyone on the bench for the Sixers was a negative. Kind of weird, huh?
Turns out that Joel Embiid being healthy makes a pretty big difference.
Oh yeah,
I really do think it's just going to go back and forth with like 10-point victories.
yeah. I do think the Sixers are going to win that series, but I've been wrong many, many times before. Yeah, 40 points for Mr. Suckit. I guess Triple H, he's out.
Mr. Suckit.
He's out. Let's talk about the Nets, because the hot takes now are Giannis is no more than a 1B. He can't ascend to the next level. The Bucks have hit the wall that they've hit every single year. I tend to believe there's some truth in that, but it's more that the Nets are so much better than we're giving them credit for, and the regular season doesn't really matter because they're just going to nuke everyone.
So I think that what we're seeing here is just a convenient narrative, and I love narratives. So I'm going to say yes, that the Bucks just can't get it done, even though they're running into a once-in-a-generation team in the Nets. Like that's how narratives work. The Bucks, let's say the Bucks made the Eastern Conference Finals this year, and then they got hit with a drone strike, and the team was annihilated. We'd be like, choked again. Classic Bucks not showing up for the finals.
Giannis has to be able to make free throws. Free throws, they're free for a reason. But the Nets are so fucking good. They're shooting 50% from the field, 44% from three, and 91% from free throw.
And Blake Griffin is officially back.
Oh my
right
God!
now.
So I have something to say about that. I've heard a lot of slander that Blake dogged it in Detroit.
There's such a thing as called like locational based allergies.
Yep.
So maybe there's some things up in Detroit that
Also,
didn't agree with his body.
How about 2019 when he took that Pistons team to the ace seed basically on his own back?
Yeah.
Do we forget that?
Yeah, when he was playing on one leg.
Exactly. Yeah, he had that huge like cast thing.
Blake actually gave his heart, his soul, and his body, his blood and his sweat and his piss to Detroit. And they just were paying by turning their back on him just because he decided to turn his back on them.
Yeah, I don't like the slander. Blake is really kind of watching the Nets. It's crazy that James Harden got hurt and is out, and who knows when he'll be back. And then you watch the Nets, and you could make like, if you had told me if you knew nothing about basketball and you watch that game, you're like, and actually they're missing one of the best players in the NBA.
Right.
It's like, what? How is that possible? Like the Nets, Blake Griffin is an awesome player. He's like total grit and grind, lunch pail guy now,
Big time.
And then
ham and eggs.
I tweeted this on Monday night when I was watching the game, but the part of the Nets that feels like so unfair is the fact that Joe Harris is on the team and they just like Kyrie will cross someone up and then pass it and then they'll pass it and then Joe Harris is just standing wide open and just easy
wet.
three. Yeah.
Here's a hypothetical.
It's so not fair.
The thought occurred to me yesterday because I was watching the Nets play and I'm like, it does seem unfair at times. How many teams do you think that the Nets could beat in a 7-game series if all 5 of their starters had to score the exact same amount of points?
How many teams could they beat in a 7-game series if
You have to hit it on the head. So it's like everyone has to score
and
exactly
James Harden's
14 points.
And James Harden's not injured.
James Harden's not injured, yeah.
Okay. So Joe Harris, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Blake Griffin, I think they could beat almost everyone.
Really?
I mean,
you think they could hit the nail on the head that well?
Does the other team know?
No.
Then yes.
Okay.
Then I think they could.
They might
if
catch
the other
on
team
eventually.
if the other team didn't know that that's what they had to do, I think they could draw up plays for anyone and they would score.
I think
whenever they want.
I don't think they could beat everybody. I think that they'd probably lose to maybe the Sixers. But that's also a maybe.
Yeah.
That's how unfair they are.
Yeah. They're just really fucking good. And Kevin Durant, it sucks. I really want him to come on the podcast, but I like him so much now, and it hurts to say, but I really do, because his answer to the reporter, Jake, what did you think about that, by the way, as a Big J journalist? So if you missed it after the game,
his tweet this morning.
No, not the Jay Williams stuff, not the Lana Rhoades stuff, which was also incredible. If you missed that, it's alleged that Kevin Durant brought a backup date to his date with former porn star Lana Rhoades.
Yeah, but how much faith can you put in what a porn star says on a random podcast?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
What?
Yes. You should hit up Lana Rhoades.
Listen,
she's pregnant, so she fucks.
I'm not hitting up anybody. My phone's blowing up over here.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the tweet this morning?
No, I'm talking about last night after the game. The reporter, I don't know who it was, said basically like, Kevin Durant, 2 years ago, you blew out your Achilles. In your comeback, did you ever think you would be this good? And he was like, what was that question? Of course I did.
So is that what this tweet this morning was about?
I don't know what the tweet this
Mans
morning.
will do
No, that was not.
Wait, no, I want to hear Jake read that tweet, though. It sounded like it was going to be good.
All right, so let me tell you what this tweet is about, and then you can read it. But first answer my question.
Okay.
The reporter said, did you ever think you'd be this good again?
Yeah, like why ask that? Because obviously he's going to say yes.
He laughed in his face. He's
That's
like,
what
kind of
LeBron
question
just
is
said
that?
like the opposite not but a week ago.
100%.
Good point, Hank.
All right, so the tweet you're about to read is Jay Williams went on Get Up
about the bachelor party or party he
said like
Halloween
he saw Kevin
holiday.
Durant at a holiday party, and Kevin Durant went up to him and was like, "Don't ever compare me to Giannis." Jay Williams has like big time liar vibes. That's all I'm gonna say. But like he just the way he like presented it was just very weird.
Yeah, no, it's a hell of an accusation to toss out, but I agree with it.
Yeah, like when I watched it, I was like, "You're not telling the truth."
Yeah, I think there's probably like a little bit of truth in there. Like he's like, "Hey, who do you think would win 1-on-1, you or Giannis?" And he was like, "Probably me."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Okay, I know what I'm dropping on Get Up. Greeny's gonna love this."
Like Jay Williams should have asked just anyone else before he told that story, like, hey, would you believe if I told you that Kevin Durant came up to me and, like, emphatically at a Christmas party was like, don't you ever say that I'm Giannis?
Right. I don't think he's walking around with that sort of chip on his shoulder. He might tweet it at you, but he's not going to, like, stake you out in real life.
So this is what Kevin Durant's response was.
Mans will do anything to advance their careers in this media, SHIT, wanting to be accepted by an industry that will dispose of you whenever they please. Keep me out all that corny ASS talk about who's better in legacy and all that dumb ASS SHIT. I don't even talk like that.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, yeah, Kevin Durant, that's like 99% of what we do is just like, if somebody's really, really good in the NBA, the first thing that we have to do is be like, well, he's not the best of all time.
Yeah.
So how much can I really enjoy this?
Right, exactly. Like Giannis has won 2 MVPs.
Fraud.
Is an unbelievable talent, such a joy to watch, but he is really just a Robin at best.
Yeah, well, he can't beat the best teams of all time by himself.
Right. So I mean, I just love the Kevin Durant. Like I think it's because the burner came out and he kind of accepted it, but he's just forever online. He really is.
I also think he's the most regular superstar of all time in the NBA.
Yes.
He's as close as you can get to normal.
Yeah.
He's just like a regular dude, and he thinks like a regular person would, realizes this absurd situation that he's in where hundreds of millions of people have opinions about him who he will never meet in his life.
And he's better at basketball than all of them.
And he's managing it pretty honestly.
Right.
He's like in his weakest moments, sometimes he'll forget that they're just mad at their own lives, but then he remembers and he's like, oh yeah, that's right. This guy thinks that he sucks.
Yeah.
So instead of telling himself that he sucks, he tells me that I suck.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Nets because of Blake, but I also think that that's probably our best chance.
He is also bald.
I said it on Monday's show. He's way more bald in person. Kevin Durant, I think, would come on this podcast with Blake after they won a championship.
Okay.
I really do. I think that would be the time. I mean, I've asked him a million times via DM because he started a conversation with me 2 years ago by just replying to one of my Instagram stories at playing pickup hoops saying, your game is trash. Out of the blue. Mm-hmm. And that's Kevin Durant. Like, he is just always online. I love that about him now. Something has happened. It's flipped. Maybe leaving the Warriors did it.
Do you think that he's going to go on
Maybe
Dax Shepard's podcast first?
What?
He's going to go on Dax's podcast.
Yeah,
I was
probably.
going to say, I think it's just because he's negging you.
Yeah, he probably does just love the neg.
He's been on one of your podcasts before, right?
Yeah, but that
he went on your fucking podcast, bro. Snakes.
We need him
Snakes
on Part of My Take. We all need him on Part of My Take. I mean,
it was also pre-COVID, and at the time, he was going to come on, and then COVID happened.
Yeah, and I also was like, I'm saving all the Part of My Take stuff for Part of My Take.
You opened it up with that.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, we got a lot of stuff to talk
it,
about that we're not going to talk about, so we still have that. All right, so yeah, the Nets are unstoppable. I don't know. Like, I feel like, and of course, it's only been 2 games, and who the fuck knows, but I feel like we're going to be in a month. The conversation is going to be like, are the Nets one of the greatest teams of all time?
I think we need to have that. We need to pre-have that conversation. You know why, Big Cat?
One sweep and that'll start happening.
So that if it goes like 7 games in the finals, then we can say that they're disappointing.
Yeah.
It's actually not that impressive of finals win.
I feel it, though. It's coming. And listen, if they keep playing the way they have in these first 2 games, they deserve it because it really is like they just fucking jump on you. I mean, that game 1. It is very reminiscent of the Warriors. The game 1, there was a moment in the third quarter where the Nets were up 6. Giannis was at the free throw line. He missed both free throws, and like 2 seconds later, they had thrown the ball down court, and Kyrie Irving hit a 3, and they were up 9, and that was the game.
I predict this conversation will happen very quickly. Would these Nets beat those Warriors with Kevin Durant playing on both teams? Who wins?
I like it.
I think the Warriors win.
These Nets versus those Warriors with Kevin Durant. Yeah. Can we make Blake? No, you know what? Blake is actually, I think, in his best form ever right now.
Well, he's dealt with teammates that have hit you in the balls before, so Draymond Green wouldn't be an issue.
He knows how to deal with that. It depends on which Kevin Durant would be more pissed off.
I think this Kevin Durant might be more pissed off.
Well, would it be the first?
First, Kevin Durant wasn't pissed off yet. He was still living the burner life without he was still in the closet as a burner.
But I think he was pissed off because everyone hated his move, and he was like, "Fuck everyone! I'm going to be the best player on the Warriors."
I don't know that he was pissed off though. I think he was sad Durant.
All right, Kevin Durant, please let us know what you think about this hypothetical. Those Warriors against these Nets. Kevin Durant on both of them.
This is very important.
Yes, so let us know what you think. Legacy talk. All right, before we talk some other stuff, new sponsor alert. Hank, you going to hit it? No? New sponsor alert? Beep, 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 beep.
That segment.
No, is it?
What?
It was like a moo, I think. Shh. Because you didn't know what to do, so I think you just went with a cow.
All right, there we go. Ribbit. New sponsor alert. JB Weld, the world's strongest bond. Pros have trusted it for more than 50 years, but why hire a pro when JB Weld's adhesive products make it so easy to do it yourself? DIY projects, automotive repairs, plumbing, marine, and more. For projects big and small at home or in your garage, use JB Weld. Look at this stuff. It's the best. This actually isn't it because I got something else I'm going to throw to you. Keep it in your toolbox, your kitchen drawer, and even the back of your truck. Speaking of trucks, JB Weld just acquired Herculiner, the original DIY truck bed liner. So if you're looking for the world's strongest truck bed liner, Herculiner has you covered there as well. It's in the name, Herculiner. So go be your strongest self. Use JB Weld, world's strongest bond. JB Weld, available at jbweld.com, Walmart, Amazon, Home Depot, Lowe's, AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, Napa, O'Reilly's, O'Reilly's,
Auto
Michael's,
Parts.
and more. JB Weld epoxy products are proudly made in the U.S. JB Weld, available at jbweld.com. All those places I just listed. JB Weld epoxy products proudly made in the U.S., and it is the world's strongest bond. JB Weld, world's strongest bond. Go get it right now. If you want to be a guy who can fix stuff around your house, or a girl who can fix stuff around your house, you need JB Weld in your toolbox. It is a must-have, so do it now. We're JB Weld guys now, officially. We are a JB Weld podcast. I'm proud to be a JB Weld man. Okay, other stuff. We got to talk. Let's talk a little hockey. Hank? Bruins?
Tuukka's really hurt. Refs kind of fucked us over. I don't know. Tuukka's really hurt, banged up.
The refs.
I don't even know if he's going to go for Game 6.
What was the score of the game?
I think it was 5-3.
Yeah, refs.
4.
Refs got
5-4.
Yeah, 5-4.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a missed penalty, which the Islanders scored right after, and the first penalty that the Bruins got called was for slashing. It just wasn't a penalty, and then the Islanders scored. So
I also think
yeah,
you're running.
I would say that penalties, obviously Tuukka, that's the thing where it's one of those things where Tuukka let in 4 goals and 13 shots. So, yes, very, very bad. But the refs were also bad. They can both exist. Both can be true.
I like that, Hank. What's the line going to be about Tuukka after this? Because isn't he kind of like a love-hate relationship?
There's always been, that's like Boston sports media. There's always been kind of a lot of shit talked about him because he's never won a cup, because in Boston that's all that matters. But he is a world-class goalie. I think he is really injured. That's what my sources
What's his
say.
injury?
I don't know. Hockey injury?
Lower body.
Lower body.
Let's say
Lower body
lower
injury.
or upper.
Yeah.
Or both.
I think it's lower. I actually do think that he's injured because he was hot in the first series. Mm-hmm. And now you're running into last night, Varley was standing on his head.
Yeah, he was.
There was some head standing going
Big
on.
time. Even 4 goals?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could still do that.
But I mean, some of those were garbage time.
Yeah, it was 5-3, and then they let up another goal because they were just trying really hard. I think the Bruins outshot him by 30, which is
crazy.
the worst thing in the world in playoff hockey.
So on the poop meter, where are we at? Panic button.
High. Red.
Real high?
Code red.
I think what you need to do, I was talking to our good friend John Feidelberg in the kitchen today, and he said the spin zone, he still thinks the Bruins can win, but the spin zone is with the injuries they have that they would get pumped by the Lightning anyway. So there you go. And the Lightning have advanced.
I don't pretend to know a lot about hockey. Whitney is usually the guy I listen to for those things. Once he said whoever wins the series is getting pumped by the Lightning, I already was like, all right, does it really matter that much?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's very public that the Borellis, it's the
well,
we have a large
that's
contingent
what matters
of
more
Islanders
than
fans
anything.
here.
Yeah.
You don't want Borelli to get one over on you.
No.
Yeah, he's got one over.
He's going to hold that over you big time.
He's going to big time get you.
Yeah.
And then
also, you can always say that you weren't even supposed to be here.
Right.
No one thought that the Bruins would be in this position. You outperformed what your expectations were.
I don't think that's
You
true.
can just say that, though.
They have a line called the perfection line.
You can just say that.
Oh, that must be a good line.
Yeah, best in hockey.
The Canadiens, which someone said, there's been a lot of people who've been mad at me for pronouncing it that way, but then a true Habs fan said, you need to keep pronouncing it that way because they're on an absolute tear. They I just want to highlight how ridiculous like this run is for them. I saw a stat. They haven't trailed in 437 minutes straight now. They were down 3-1 against the Leafs less than 2 weeks ago, and now we're sitting here and they're in the conference finals.
It's a game of runs.
That's 7 games straight that they rattled off. They have not trailed, again, for 437 minutes.
You think it's going to be a problem rest versus rust, though? They're going to have some time off.
I agree. I don't know. That's just a fucking crazy run. Like, if you're a Habs fan, you got to just be living it up. Although you can't because I think...
You got to stay inside.
Yeah, right.
Living up inside.
Yeah.
Inside. Chug wine with the fellas.
Couch surfing.
I think that Witt is probably... I think he's pretty astute when he says that when you have to go play in front of fans for the first time, it's going to be a shock to the system.
Right.
I'm penciling that in for the away team.
Yes.
At that point, whoever that is. My guess is it's going to be the Avalanche. Are they winning right now?
It's just tied 2-2 up at 11:09 p.m.
Okay. Yeah.
No big deal.
But I think he's right about that. And by the way, the Ryan Whitney mugshot, his like last year picture that is everywhere on the internet whenever somebody like Googles Ryan Whitney, what an asshole he looks like in that picture.
He's got that smirk.
Did he do that on purpose?
I think so.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like that picture should be next to dickhead in the dictionary.
Yes.
And I love Witt, but I think even he would look at that guy and he'd be like, I want to kick that guy's ass.
Yes, absolutely. We also got an answer to the recurring guest question. Number 1 overall all time is Blake Bortles.
All right, the boat. Also,
and then who is 2?
2.
Whitney was 4, was tied for 3rd.
Is it Mr. Portnoy?
I think so. Mr. Portnoy's coming on Friday. We're bringing him back. We're very excited.
Was this updated or was this going off the old
No,
list?
PMT stats
I got
and
it.
info.
Florida,
Shout out that
Bortles,
guy.
Portnoy, Whitney, Titus, Chris Long. Top 5.
Wow.
Okay. It's quite a Mount Rushmore.
And I heard a certain meathead friend of ours fell out of the top 10. So we're going to have to rectify that soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Along with Stingray.
Stingray Steve.
Yeah, we're talking about Stingray Steve. We're going to get him back on. No, we're going to have Russillo on again.
It's crazy.
I felt bad about that. He's a top 10
Stingray
guy.
Steve put up some numbers in the short time.
Dude, remember
like those are
when
David Boston type numbers. He's here for like 2 seasons.
and then sued us.
Yeah.
Barstool, not us.
Yeah,
personally.
the Hindenburg announcement. Did he ever do the JFK assassination?
Was
I don't know. The Hindenburg. Oh my God! Can you put that in? Can you put that in right here? Put that in right here.
Here's Stingray Steve narrating the explosion of the Hindenburg.
We are back in 1937 as we're about to see the Hindenburg go down. Oh no, the Hindenburg's caught fire. Oh no, the Hindenburg's caught fire. Oh, the humanity. Oh, it's awful. It just caught fire right here and it's gone down. Oh no.
That's for all the people who have maybe are new to the show who don't remember that. All-time moment.
Because we used to have him on Monday shows narrating whatever the biggest like SEC highlight was. But then we'd toss in a historical event that he could also narrate for the people.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Look at all the humanity.
All right. Let's talk some other important news. Maybe the most important news of the day. Aaron Rodgers, in his 16-year career, has always shown up for minicamp until today.
Mm-hmm. What happened today?
He found happiness and love, and I, for one, am excited for Aaron Rodgers, and I just want him to find peace. Mental health isn't June.
Mental Health Awareness Month, yeah.
Well, that worked out perfectly, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly did. So there was ownership released a statement today about Aaron Rodgers because he didn't show up for the first time ever. They said, we're going to compete with who we have here. We're very content to move forward this season with Jordan and Blake as our quarterbacks.
Woo!
That was me that said that as ownership.
Yes.
But ownership did say that. And I have a prediction, Big Cat.
Oh.
I'm in the prediction business.
Okay.
I think that Blake Bortles could be the starting quarterback of the Green Bay Packers this year.
I do too, because everything that has been tweeted, Jordan Love sucks.
It doesn't look good for him right now. And they might right now, Jordan Love, it seems like he's more valuable to the Packers as an asset.
Yeah.
As a guy, to use an NBA term, as a guy that they can trade for other pretend things that could become players eventually.
Yes. And
but if he's like skying balls over receivers 7 yards away from him,
yes,
they might try to protect him, start Blake Bortles, who will harness the power of Lake Superior and just go on a fucking tear. Mm-hmm. Any lake that Blake is on is Superior. I know it's Lake Michigan.
Yep.
But if Blake's there, it's Blake Superior. He's going to start this year.
So I have an update on our friendship. Someone tweeted us a clip, old clip from, I think it was the Atlanta Super Bowl. We had Blake in the back of a van. I think that was the Dan Marino van. The famous Dan Marino van.
One of 26.
One of 26. Appearances, yes. And I said that if you are on the Packers, we can't be friends anymore. And I sent him that clip, and he said, I have to play in a game against the Bears, regular season game against the Bears, before our friendship is over, and I agreed. So that's the update. And I will do the meme, friendship over, now friends with, I don't know who else.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, sure. Yes, best friends.
I think, I root first and foremost for your mental health, Big Cat.
No,
and for you to be happy.
True.
No, that's true. It's very true.
Violently.
I want nothing.
His head
I want nothing more.
Brain's about to fall out of his head.
I want nothing more in this life than to just have a content cat sitting next to me, and I have to put that aside because Blake Bortles is a friend.
Yeah,
and Blake Bortles, he only has a short time where he can be a success in his chosen field, which he's one of the best at. You can do this until you die. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that's a long time in the future. But Blake Bortles has, 5, 10, 15 years max more
25
to make his money.
30.
I have to root for his success. If he beats the Bears in a primetime game this year, that could mean like 5 years, $45 million in his pocket.
And so many T-shirts sold for us.
So many T-shirts for us. So I might have to do a split jersey. I might have to get half my Blake Bortles Faces shirt and half Big Cat Faces shirt.
No. I don't want to think about it. Let's not think about it. Let's think about something better. Will Arch Manning surpass Peyton, Eli, and Archie?
No.
Oh, no. Did I steal your hot seat cool throne?
I thought you were going to... That was a great ad transition opportunity there.
That ball flip was sick, though, wasn't it? When he did the pump fake and then he flipped
I watched it
I think
so
he's already
many
better.
times.
I think he's already the best Manning to ever play football.
Let's do let's do a quick ad from our friends at Coors Light. Let me find the one. What we're gonna do?
I know you had it. You're like, let's talk about something else.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about something else. Don't cut the other stuff.
We'll know.
We will know. Right. I can see your little grin. Who's editing tonight?
Me.
Damn it. All right. Coors Light is our presenting sponsor for Hot Seat Cool Throne. What do you do when you need a moment to chill in the summer? What are those occasions that you look forward to savoring the most? Well, make sure you got a Coors Light in your hand when you're doing it. Summer always feels like the shortest season, but we need to make the most of it. We all need to just chill. As the beer that's made to chill, we want to savor every second of summer, rediscover and enjoy what makes summer awesome. So when you need to slow down, just open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. It's literally made to chill. And the mountains, when they're blue, there is nothing better in the world. So when you crack open that delicious Coors Light and you sit back and you enjoy your summer, just know that you are having a great time, because that's what Coors Light does. You can chill. You can have a great time. It is the official beer of the summer. So Coors Light is the official beer of slowing down summer, and the beer of the summer, and the beer of PMT. And we want to see your Blue Mountains all summer long, because as the beer that's made to chill, we want to savor every second of summer. Get Coors Light summer packaging straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And keep tweeting us those Blue Mountains. It always puts a smile on my face, and I will retweet. I love the Blue Mountains. Nothing like a Blue Mountain on a Friday. Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hank.
My hot seat is Peyton Manning.
What?
Oh,
shut up.
What happened?
Yeah.
They ran out of chicken parm?
Nope. Today.
Brad Paisley stabbed him.
First Take was doing a segment. It's coming up. This was coming up. The screenshot said, coming up, will Arch Manning surpass Peyton, Eli, and Archie to become the greatest Manning yet? This is all based off a practice clip of him throwing, and doing a crazy ball flip and throwing a nice pass.
It was more than a nice pass.
It was Jake Fromm 2.0. This has already happened to me on this show.
It was better than Jake Fromm.
No, it was Jake Fromm was in a game.
Yeah, Jake Fromm was actually.
And he did it like 5 times.
He did it in the national championship.
Yeah.
This was sick, though.
And that poisoned my brain for. I thought he was going to be like the Bills. I thought he was going to be competing with Josh Allen.
You had that thought. I said it. I think I said it on the rundown that I would take Jake Fromm number 1 right then after the national championship game, just because of the ball flip.
Right. So now this is Jake Fromm 2.0. Arch Manning. Peyton Manning's on the hot seat.
He's got a little bit more of a pedigree.
No, I like the take. I like that we're already having the discussion.
But the only reason the conversation is happening is because of the ball flip.
Yes. If he hadn't done the ball flip and done the exact same pump fake and throw.
It was a dime, though.
It was, and Wagalele.
And he's like 12 years old.
Uyunglele.
His brother's the Clemson quarterback.
Yeah, I know it's the younger brother. I just didn't know how to say it.
And his dad's a beast.
Yeah, his dad is a big
Looks
dude.
like a bouncer, yeah. I think I'm all in on Arch Manning hype.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to just be...
I feel bad for him.
I
That's
do
like
too.
impossible. That's impossible expectation.
I think teams should start tanking right now for Arch Manning.
How old
you need
is
to have
he?
your shit together. You need to just be absolutely dog shit in the NFL for the next 3 years.
16, 17?
More than that.
5 years?
How old is he? I think he's going to be going into his junior year of high school. So that's 5.
Which team?
Class of 2023.
2023.
So that means 2 more years till college, which is probably around 16.
So
He's got
are we
2
in the
more
trust tree?
seasons.
Yeah.
He's 16?
Or 17. Hedge our bet
It's legal.
here.
I may have requested to follow him on Instagram.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He has not
Well, yeah,
accepted the
there's
request. I don't think he will accept the
So,
request.
I
But I
think-
had to take the shot.
How many followers does he have?
Like 1,000.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ, Big Cat.
Yeah,
That's
I wanted
grooming.
Dude, I wanted to be one of the first, 2,000.
You are the guy that tweets at recruits right now. But
yeah,
it's
I'm
different.
fine with
It's
that.
different when
Big
it's
Cat
Arch
D'Elia.
Manning. What do you think? Like, what team right now do you
Dude,
think
what
is
if
in
I
the
got
best
him to go to
position
Wisconsin?
to draft Arch Manning?
Wait, say it again?
What team do you think right now is in the best position to draft Arch Manning, let's say 8 years from now?
I'd say the Jets always.
Jets are in I think that they're the leaders
Bears
in the clubhouse for
always.
sure.
Bears and Jets.
I think the Panthers could be.
The Bucks will probably be there by then.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because they got to, yeah.
And they're in win now mode.
Although Tom Brady
Yes,
could
5
be
years.
playing.
No, 5 years.
It's crazy to say, but Tom Brady could be playing against. Could you imagine the Monday Night Football ratings? Tom
Yeah.
Brady versus Arch Manning.
Actually,
Hall of Fame game.
it could be the Texans. The Texans might not even be a team. Are they playing a season this year?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Hank just reminded me, or Jake reminded me, they signed Mark Ingram. Didn't know that.
Jesus.
They're
They
probably
signed 3 or 4 running backs.
They're probably just not going to play football for 5 years. They'll come back as another expansion franchise and draft Arch Manning.
They should just become the Oilers.
Yes.
That would be the greatest move they ever pulled.
Yeah.
Like, hey, remember all the things that are happening? Oilers.
They'd sell tickets this year.
And those powder blues?
Yeah.
That might not be. I think that's sky blue.
It's not powder.
It's sky blue.
Is it sky?
I think it's sky blue.
You got a
I
cool
believe.
throne, Hank?
Can we get us a Pantone, please?
So which
Ravel?
jerseys?
The Oilers. Ever heard of them?
Don't remember watching.
We have Wade Phillips on the show.
I think it's like
His dad coached
Titans
for him.
blue, right? Because they
No.
took the colors, I think.
I think
Got
it's
it.
a shade
Light
different.
blue. PMS 279. 418 FDE.
Is it the same as Titans? I think it's a
No.
touch skosh
Yeah.
lighter.
So the Titans
Yeah, no, the Titans are
are
dark.
But
But what about their
The other blue.
B9,
What about
The other blue. The lighter
No,
blue. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Titans
blue.
blue.
It's
There's
literally
Titans
called-
Navy and Titans blue.
They made their own color.
Love
Yeah.
it. That's a power move.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
UNC. Mm-hmm. It's a big. That's
Carolina
big
blue.
time.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought that was just the sky in Carolina.
I don't know.
All right, your cool turn.
A cool throwing into college baseball. The fans. It's been
So
a great.
good.
It's been an amazing spring of all the sports having fans.
Well, can you thank you, Mincy?
Thank you, Mincy. Of course. I was gonna
He
say.
invented college baseball.
Well, yeah, he's the reason I started watching it
Me
this
too.
spring, and he was right. But what I was going to say is that I think the college baseball fans have been the craziest of all the fans I've seen so far, or at least it just feels. I think it's just because it's so tight. It's probably a smaller crowd, more packed in. But like the walk-off home run in Tennessee the other night was crazy. The Arkansas home run last night was crazy.
Insane.
It's great atmosphere, good to turn on, and just like you feel the
It's
intensity.
a
with the
positive
game.
environment, too.
Yeah.
I'm excited
And just the
for
bat
this
off a
weekend.
metal, the ball off a metal bat.
The ping, yeah. I'm excited for this weekend. I think it's the regional finals.
Omaha?
Super regional finals. No, not Omaha yet.
So it's 2 out of 3 series. And the 8 winners go to Omaha.
Yes.
Is that like Super Wild Card Weekend?
Kind of. It's actually like I finally looked up the bracket because, I mean, Wisconsin didn't have a baseball team, so I didn't. College baseball is just one of those sports. Like either you're really into it or you kind of see it passing. And you know, I've watched when Vandy won the College World Series, but I looked at it and it's such a cool tournament. The fact that they play like there's 4 teams in each pod, and then the losers go to one game, the winners keep going. It's fucking awesome. I'm in. Thank you, Mincy.
Is that it, Hank?
Yeah, that's it.
All set? Did any of your other ones got taken?
Not really.
Okay.
F1's on my cool throne too in general in life, but
just watching it.
Yeah, I had him on the show, and then I binged the show since then.
Mm-hmm.
I finished it, and I've like had a void in my life.
Fiending. I think we need to start racing.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Seriously.
I agree.
Like actual cars?
No. Video games, bro.
Okay.
Meet me. Come on.
Get one of those simulators?
Yeah. We had one.
We have one.
It's not here.
Oh, it's not?
Nope.
What happened to it?
Dude, when I was watching F1, the first thing I did was text Spider and was like, where's the simulator? I think it's in his house.
Damn. My hot seat is the Earth. The entire Earth is on the hot seat. Because you see Jeff Bezos is going to outer space.
Yeah.
With his brother.
Yeah.
The ultimate bros divorce party.
I love it.
Like we're just going to go for a road trip where the stars hang out together. I think the Earth's actually on the hot seat for all that because it's bad news whenever the richest person on Earth decides to leave for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because he could actually destroy or shut down most of the Earth. What better? There will never be a better time for Jeff Bezos to disable all of his companies that we depend on for everything than when he's in outer space with his brother, pissed off at his ex-wife.
That's true.
It's an issue. So I have a solution in case the Earth doesn't come back, or in case he leaves the Earth, shuts us down, and he comes back afterwards.
Yeah, but if he leaves the Earth, isn't that like international waters? You can just steal his money.
Well, he's got a lot of it. Did you see that story? He's not paying taxes. Almost made me put a rose in my avatar.
Yeah, I think we should eat Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
Would you rather be
guillotine?
Would you rather be
just a joke?
Jeff Bezos or have $50 million in your bank account today?
$50 million. I don't want to be that
fucking dork.
He's bald.
Yeah, and he's also got the whole world hates him.
Yeah.
Right.
I do think.
I know he doesn't have
rice.
No, I know. I don't.
Like
I know
20 bags of it.
It is very funny when the Rose Avatar people like tweet like give all your money away. Like he doesn't have cash, like billions of dollars. Like it's all the stock and everything that he owns. It's not. He's not. If he liquidated everything, it would actually crash the whole world.
Yeah, he can't do that. But he also has access to get like a loan for whatever he wants at any given time. So he does have kind of access.
Who gives him the
almost
loan?
Unlimited money?
Well, anyone would. But my point is, why doesn't Jeff, like if I saw that article from Jeff like being like Jeff Bezos doesn't pay taxes, I'd just be like, you know what? Shut the fuck up, everyone. Just write a check for Billy.
Yeah.
To Uncle Sam. Be like, you guys shut up.
Yeah. So I think here's an idea. Jeff Bezos, when he comes back, I think we all hate him, right? Everybody.
I'm actually more apathetic. I don't really care. I don't think about him.
I kind of hate him. When he comes back, what we should do is just pretend like we don't know who he is.
Because he didn't buy the football team.
Yeah, but
he could buy the Bears.
How great of a prank would that be on him, though?
What?
He comes back to Earth, and everybody just agrees we're going to pretend like we don't know who Jeff Bezos is.
Yeah,
and he'll think that whatever happened to him in outer space fucked with his brain. And, like, I don't know, like found a wormhole. He comes back. No one knows who he'd probably be happier. You'd be doing him a favor.
You know, one of them bootlickers would probably fucking tell him what the gig is up, you know?
That's true.
Yeah, I actually don't really have a strong opinion. I think he's just a dork who's got a shitload of money. Probably should pay his taxes.
I'm not a big fan. My cool throne is Australia. Australia's on the cool throne. Did you see the video that I put up earlier today of the kid at the cricket match?
Yeah, eating the watermelon?
This is one of my favorite videos I think I've ever seen on the internet. So this kid goes to a cricket match in Melbourne. It's this kid at a cricket match in Australia. He brings an entire watermelon with him, and he starts eating it. Like, he bites through the rind, and he eats the entire watermelon by himself. And when I say entire, I mean like the green, the white part. Everything about the watermelon he eats, and it's a huge dub for Australia because I feel like Australia's lost some of that, like, we don't give a fuck aura about them. It's been largely swagger jacked by Russia and to a certain extent Florida recently, where all the crazy stories are coming out of these other places, and they used to come out of Australia. This put Australia back on the map as like the weirdest people on the planet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was an unbelievable video. It was absolutely incredible.
Eating the rind.
Yeah.
I was told, my grandmother told me that it was poisonous to eat the rind growing up.
Did you
Scared
guys?
the hell out of me.
I always thought that if you ate the watermelon seeds, you'd grow a watermelon in your stomach.
That part's true.
Yeah. And then the gum thing, too. But Hank dispelled that because he's swallowed every piece of gum he's ever chewed his entire life. Confirmed. Just a reminder for everyone out there, we should bring that up, set a reminder, Jake, for 3 months from now, just to remind everyone that anytime Hank has chewed a piece of gum, he has swallowed said piece of gum.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's candy.
I bought, like, a shitload of gum.
When you where's gum? Candy section.
Well,
Edible.
I bought a shitload of gum.
That's not always true, Hank.
Yeah, it is.
Not always in the candy section.
Pretty much.
I bought a shitload of gum.
If you couldn't swallow it, they put it in the tobacco section. How about that?
I sometimes swallow dip spit.
I bought a shitload of gum like 2 months ago. Hank ate every single piece.
You said help yourself.
And you helped yourself.
You told me to.
I know.
But
I forgot you ate it. I wouldn't have said that because that's bad for you.
Next bet we do, it should be like if Hank loses, he has to survive on just eating gum for 2 days.
He could do it easily.
How many calories do you think? Are there actually like nutritional? Is there nutritional value in gum?
Probably not. It's like 10 calories.
It's got some calories, some sugar.
Yeah.
You can survive a couple days at
candy.
least.
You
Yeah.
could definitely do it.
Speaking of future reminders, I'm looking at my calendar. We got something coming up in 3 weeks that you told me to do a while ago.
What is it? Make video. Oh no! What did we say that? Make video of Big Cat and PFT sucking their own dicks.
I don't remember the context.
I don't think that's something we said that we would do.
You told me to put it in.
I think I would remember that.
I'm sure someone will listen and remind
because
us.
it's 6'9".
No, it's for 3
It's
weeks.
in 3
from now.
weeks.
Oh,
I was looking
yeah,
at my
that doesn't make
calendar.
much sense.
I don't know. If
I was like, oh yeah, the date. That means that I'll give myself head.
someone can help us out here.
What?
I don't know.
That wouldn't even be 69. Would that be like?
That would be a
infinity?
0.
Yeah,
That'd be 0.
Or it's actually kind of a 9.
It's the snake eating its own tail.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, if someone let us know what that is. All right, my hot seat is the Doubters because LeBron James had his corny Instagram post that we all were waiting for. It was a scene from The Gladiator, which came out 25 years ago.
It won an award. Yeah.
It won an award. He wrote, "Promise you I will. Count me out if you want to." The man in the arena, the kid from Akron.
I like that he put the man in the arena on that.
Yep.
An all-time speech, if you're just trying to deflect any sort of criticism, be like, I'm the person that risks it all. I'm the guy that's going up against the goon squad, not you.
Yes. So, let's just do a quick straw poll. Are you counting him out?
No.
Yes.
You counting LeBron out? No.
Are we talking about past LeBron or
Are you
present
counting
LeBron?
him out?
Not yet. As a Robin, not as a Batman.
I want to count him out. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
You'll regret that.
I'm going to count him out.
You'll rue that day.
Promise you I will.
What? I'll admit something, Big Cat.
Yeah. You miss him. Yes.
No, not that.
Oh.
I don't miss him. I'm happy he's eliminated. But I've been seeing so much slander on LeBron's name. I had a moment earlier where I felt a little bad. I was like, he's getting crushed because people were talking about the MVP, and it was like LeBron should have had 5 MVPs or whatever, and everyone was just like, just destroying him, saying
And his shoes suck.
Yeah, his shoes suck. He doesn't show up in the regular season. He can't win the playoffs. And I was like,
Wait, you're doing it.
I kind of feel bad. Well,
You've been incepted into defending him.
That's incredible.
I just think when
how the turntables.
it was a moment of, I guess, I don't know,
weakness,
fragility. Yeah,
real weakness.
Are you going to become a LeBron stan?
Absolutely not.
This is how it started
If
for me.
Bronny goes
Hank.
to Duke, though, all bets are off.
Hank,
And he owns the Red Sox.
This is a gateway drug. You are like 1 year away from becoming a LeBron stan.
I'm just mature, I guess.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You had a pre-woke period about LeBron.
Unbelievable.
Got a lot of tweets you're going to have to clean up.
Oh, my God.
Wow. It'd be great if you wrote like a whole thing, like I thought one way.
I agree. That's the thing. It's
You
like,
just felt bad.
Yeah.
I've changed the way I think I've matured.
I was like, it's
and
got to suck
realized-
to be LeBron and just get, like, your season's over and you're just getting, like, your whole entire career destroyed.
And all he's ever done is just
Invalidated.
tried to be a great player and a great role model and a great father.
If Space Jam 2 is really bad, it's going to be a long summer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hope for your sake that it's awesome because
I heard the villain is trying to steal his Instagram followers, and that's like the main plot of the movie. So
what?
That seems like you fell for an Onion tweet.
I think so too, but also I was like, I don't know. It sounds so ridiculous. It just might be true.
When does it come out?
July.
We got to go. We all got to go to the movie theater.
We got it. That should be a special podcast.
We'll do a review.
July 16th.
July 16th. What day of the week is that?
Believe Friday.
Oh, come on, LeBron.
Do movies come out on Fridays?
We'll go Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll fucking dedicate it. We'll go Thursday night. We'll go late Thursday night, and we'll do. You know what we should do? We should live podcast during the movie.
That'll be nice.
All right, my cool throne is Skip Bayless. I don't know how we missed this on Sunday, So it's kind of hot seat us. But Skip Bayless, if you think that he's like over the hill, if you think he's expired, you are so wrong. Did you see this tweet on Sunday? I'm shocked.
I'm sure I did. I see every Skip Bayless
He
tweet.
said, I was wrong about being wrong about the Clippers.
Yeah.
In a shock to me, I was ultimately right.
Yeah.
We never talked about it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like Skip Bayless,
Yes.
his only crime was being so right.
Yeah. Now they have a very good shot at winning it all, as I originally predicted.
Yeah.
I was wrong about being wrong about the Clippers. In a shock to me, I was ultimately right.
Well, no, he was right because he was saying that the Clippers are going to go further than the Lakers.
Right.
And he probably only made that take so that he could say that the Clippers are better than LeBron. But nonetheless, he did predict that. And then once they fell behind, he reversed his take.
Unbelievable.
And then it's well known that if you reverse a take, you can always revert back to your first take that you had because
love it.
that's your initial one. Yeah.
I love it. All right, Jake, you got a quick hot seat cool thrown?
Yeah, quickly. Hot seat is running the bases. Player on the Pirates hit a home run to Brian Hayes. Missed first base. They called him out. And to relate to the Barstool Sportsbook, PFT's Pirates booty bet. It's fading the Pirates and team total every night. Tonight, it was under 3.5 runs.
How many runs did
they
they
lost? 5-3.
Oh, wow.
That literally won the Pirates.
Oh my
booty.
God, I love it. Thank you. I love the Pirates.
Bet responsibly.
Man. Listen, bet responsibly, but the system is working this year.
Yeah.
The system is working. It got off to a bumpy start, but we stay the course, trust the process. Pirates booty's a winning bet.
And then Cool Throw, Nick Saban, extension, not going anywhere. Everyone else is screwed.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we already knew
pretty
that.
Fair. Unless
But
Garrett
it's official
Cole.
now.
Dabo.
Classic guy.
Oh,
Thought you were
Garrett
bringing
Cole.
that up.
Yeah, you're a Yankees fan. What do you... Oh, no, we're
That's a
doing that.
segment.
We're doing that on a segment. Yeah, I forgot. All right, let's get to our interview. Let's get to our interview with Coach Wade Phillips.
This interview is brought to you by our great friends over at Noom. Noom is an all-encompassing wellness program. Think about everything you've ever learned about getting healthy. There's a lot of contradictory information out there, and things like that old-fashioned food pyramid aren't much help. You can drive yourself crazy trying to chase the latest diets, trying to find new workout plans that you only stick to for about a week. Well, you have to know how to chew. You have to know how to use chopsticks, kind of. You have to know how to fold a slice of pizza so the cheese doesn't slide off and you get that perfect bite. But do you really know how to eat? Well, Noom says that if you want to lose weight, it's not about one thing you ate today. It's about how you eat in general. Ever gotten questionable food advice? I know we had a person here that used to tell us to eat a certain way. Turns out me and Big Cat both got kidney stones from that. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of wannabe experts out there. To be honest, you can never really be sure if you're getting good advice. If you're a gremlin, no food after midnight. That sounds great. But if you're a person, Noom knows the answers to all food questions is the same. And that's psychology. It's not about what you just ate, but about how you eat in general. Noom teaches you about your eating, about your cravings, and how to build new habits so you can ditch your misconceptions and get smart about food and the choices you make. It's based in psychology. Noom teaches you how to eat so you can accomplish your own personal health goals and stick with them long term, because you don't need rules to lose weight. You need knowledge. And with Noom, you pick the health goals that are right for you, and Noom personalizes a weight loss program to help your aspirations become reality. So if it's eating, you can eat better to feel better. You can understand cravings. You can know how to shop. You can know that no food is bad food, and you can have more energy. You can enjoy exercising again. You can fit better in your clothes. Socially, you'll feel more confident or comfortable in a crowd or social situation, and you learn something about food, something specific that you learn about eating, and the psychology of eating is something that you will pick up from Noom just by using the program. It's based in psychology. Noom teaches you why you make the choices that you do, and it gives you the tools to replace your habits with healthier ones. Noom's cognitive behavioral approach means that you're not just losing weight, you're building the habits that you need to keep it off. There's a science to getting healthier, and you can get a trial with them if you go to noom.com/PMT. Sign up for your trial today at Noom, noom.com/PMT. Learn how to eat again. Start your trial today, noom.com/PMT. Here he is, Wade Phillips.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, very special guest. It is Coach Wade Phillips, Hall of Fame football guy, future Hall of Famer. I'll just throw that out there because you can't tell the story of football without Wade Phillips. He also has a podcast called The Overtime Podcast with his son, Wes Phillips, who's a coach for the Rams. Comes out every Thursday. You can find it everywhere you get podcasts. Coach, very excited to have you on. I read a story that you don't like being called Coach. You like just being called Wade. Is that true?
Well, yeah, with the players, I always kind of make a joke with them, but you know, with the players, they call everybody coach. Well, I want it to be a little more personal than that, and so I want them to call me coach because that's respect. But my name, I want them to call me my name because it's more personal. So most all the players I've coached call me Coach Wade.
Yeah, and if someone called you, a player called you coach, you just respond and call him player, right?
Right, because I wanted to make the emphasis that it's kind of my little joke, but they say hey coach, I say hey player, So after that they call me hey Coach Wade, so I'd call them hey. I didn't call him player Jim, I just call him Jim or whoever.
Yeah, I like it.
I want to get this out of the way right up front because it occurred to me today that I'm not sure if you're officially retired or not. And I hope that the answer is no. I hope that you're not retired because I think that football is a better place when Coach Wade is still around. So are you officially retired or are you looking for a job right now?
Well, there's no jobs available right now. So I would like to I think I can help somewhere sometime, but I don't know. It's not up to me whether I'm retired or not. It's up to somebody hiring me.
Okay.
Because I'm still available, but it's not looking good because I hadn't been in the league for a while. So we'll see.
I had an idea. I don't know if this would ever work or not, but you always see like the proliferation of really high scoring offenses in college football, and I've always wondered, like if you get a Mississippi State or like a Mike Leach offense where they're scoring 50 points a game, hopefully, and if they just have an average defense. Would that even be possible given the style of offense that he runs if you were to go back to college and, team up with one of these spread offense guys?
That's funny because I was talking to Mike Leach before he went to Mississippi State. So, but I didn't end up going there. But college is it's so much tougher than pro football. It used to be the other way around as far as defense is concerned. I mean, now, like you say, teams are scoring 40 points and they're getting beat by 20 points. So, it's a tough league now for defensive coaches. I think I could help colleges, cut down on the scoring some, but I'm really more familiar with pro football.
So, you've coached for over 40 years in the NFL, and you've seen all the changes in the rules and how the game is played. Was there a certain point, a certain rule where you were like, all right, well, now this is becoming almost impossible for us to get consistent stops, even though you continue to do so with your defenses?
No, rules came in certainly. The rules for safety certainly, that's a good thing that they've been doing for a while. It usually helps the offensive quarterback, but that's okay. But I understand that, and not hitting receivers in the head and defenseless receivers and things like that. So I didn't worry about all that. The one that hurt the defense probably the most was early, not early in my career, but when they took away being able to chuck a guy downfield, hit a guy downfield only within 5 yards. That took even the Mel Blunts and people like that who were so great, took them out of it because he was so great he'd knock them down at 10 yards or 15 yards down the field.
Yeah.
So, but. It's an offensive game overall. I mean, they want more scoring, so I understand that.
And you've coached some of the best names just in the history of the game, some of the best players, especially in terms of pass rushers. You coached Bruce Smith, Reggie White, J.J. Watt, Von Miller, Aaron Donald. I'm not going to do the thing where I ask you who the best player is that you have ever coached.
I will.
You can do that later.
Yeah.
I'll ask it this way. Which one of those players would be the maddest at you if you didn't say their name as the best player?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably all the guys that are alive now, Bruce Smith, all of them, but I think they're great because they have so much pride in themselves. Some people say ego, but I think, they thought they were the best, but they also tried to be better than that all the time. So, and I have said before, Reggie White was, he had the greatest year that I've ever coached. And in that he had 21 sacks, which was the record for a long time. but that was in a 12-game season because we had a strike and our regular players didn't play the first 4 games. So in 12 games, he had 21 sacks, and I don't think anybody's going to ever come close to that.
Yeah, Reggie White's one of those guys that I think history hasn't forgotten, but I think younger fans probably don't realize just how incredible he was. I just remember Reggie White's strength. Like, he would just toss guys. Would you marvel at that in practice? Would you have to tell him, hey, like, take it easy in practice because you're going to get someone hurt because you're that much stronger than everyone?
Reggie wasn't a practice guy now.
Okay.
you had to gear him up a little bit to get him to practice. He loved playing the game like all of them, but he was kind of a joker and kind of having fun in practice. He didn't, and you had to get him a little mad, which he didn't. Wasn't his nature really in ball games. But if somebody got him mad in the game, we were all excited because he's fixed to run over him, like you say.
Did you ever like have anything that you could try to get him mad, or did it have to be from the other team?
But Buddy Ryan was good at that too, because I was with Buddy, and Buddy would, mention to him when he came off the field, boy, that guy's kicking your rear, and so so Reggie would go out and prove it the next play. So just things like that with him, because he took everything serious.
Yeah. So, all right, so I'll give an easier question that you can answer without hurting anyone's feelings. So I've read a lot about your coaching style, and the thing that a lot of the players say is that you gave them the freedom to trust their instincts, and maybe if it's not exactly the play they should be making, but they can trust their instincts and get to the quarterback, go make it. You said, hey, you have the freedom to make a mistake here, but I know that you have the talent to make the play. So who that you coached had the best instincts? Just pure, that guy knew exactly where things were going in almost like a sixth sense.
Yeah, all of them had that instinct that, rushing the passer to go inside or outside and make the right decision. All of them had that. That's why they were great players and great pass rushers, and they all had a great sense of finding the football, where it was on running plays and pass plays. But I will say this: one of the guys I coached in the last several years was J.J. Watt. And we let JJ, we let him determine where he was going to go by the formation. If it's a certain formation, he would go inside or outside if it's a different formation. And if they motioned and did things like that, he made those adjustments. And we kind of played off of him. Normally, the linebacker plays off the defensive lineman, as to where he feels. But we just did the opposite with him. He's one of the few guys I've ever had that, because you're down in a 3-point stance, and it's hard to see down there, for one thing, to see what the formation is or the motions and things like that. But he realized all that stuff. We utilized that with him. Just said, hey, they getting this, they're running this, you go this way, and we'll put you in the middle of it. Or they're in this formation, rush the passer. We don't care about the run, things like that. Mm-hmm. And he was so good at that. Probably the best I've been around about just doing that.
Yeah.
Most of them tell them you do this job, and they do it, and they use their instincts to maybe run around the block and make a play. But we told him in the first place, just decipher what the formation is, and then go play. And he did a great job of that.
Yeah, you mentioned your time that you spent in Philadelphia there with Buddy Ryan. Were the Ryan boys, the Ryan twins, hanging around practice ever? Was somebody in charge of looking after them, making sure they didn't get into too much trouble?
Well, you needed somebody to look after them, I think they were in college. They were younger. They were in college, or maybe I think out of high school. But they were. I remember one night, Buddy had to go down, and they supposedly beat up a guy in an elevator or something. He had to go straighten it out. Or messed with a guy anyway. And so Buddy made him, we were at training camp, so Buddy made him go outside and sit down on a rock out there for a while. So.
Which one was a bigger troublemaker in your opinion? Who was the one getting the other one into trouble? Was it Rob?
I don't know. Both of them are good at it. So yeah, and they hadn't changed. They're great guys.
Yeah, they are. We've had we've had Rob on the show.
Yeah, Rob came on the RV.
Great time.
And they're a lot like their dad. They're really smart as far as football is concerned.
Yeah. So speaking of dads, your dad was a legend as well. You credit a lot of who you are as a person to your dad, Bum Phillips. What's the? I heard a story. He borrowed a racehorse one time. What's that story?
Yeah, that's when he was coaching in high school. He just started coaching. And he'd been in the war, he'd been in the Marines, came back, he got married, and then he was starting to coach, and he was like the B team coach, so he wasn't making much money. Long story short, he wasn't making much money. Well, my mom was pregnant with me, and so the medical bills were coming up as far as me when my mom was going to have me. Well, he was working on a ranch in the summer. He worked on a ranch down in South Texas, and because he coached, you didn't make much money coaching, so he worked on a ranch in the summer. Well, I was born in the summer, but on this ranch, they were pasturing a horse. They pastured several horses, and one of them was a racehorse, and it was a quarter horse. If people are familiar with, they run the quarter horses run a quarter mile. They're the shorter distance race horses. And but this horse they were pasturing had just set the world's record in the 400 meters now. But I mean the 400-yard race. And so he was the fastest quarter horse in the world and set the world record. Well, they had him pasturing out on this ranch that Daddy was working at. And so my dad decided. They had what they call match races over in Louisiana, where you could take your horse over there and race against another horse, and they bet on, but it was, it was just guys standing on the sideline, betting against each other. And so they said, well, let's just take him over there. And my dad said, I don't have a whole lot of money. I got, maybe $100, but I'm going to bet all my money on the horse because they knew he was going to win. And so they take him over to Louisiana to this match race, and then first of all, they didn't want him to know that this was they were bringing in a ringer,
right?
So the horse had some markings. They did, people that are in the horse business know markings, but he had a paint on his forehead, and white, and so they did the brown shoe polish on him, so nobody recognized the horse somehow. And then they told the jockey, they had a jockey, a guy that was riding the horse. They said, pull him back. We don't want to win by, so much that people think we brought in a ringer, And so they, of course, they had the race, and boom, they take off, and the horse takes off. Obviously wins easy. And wins by a long ways, and they were worried about that. So they had one guy was running about picking up the bets and taking the money from the guys on the sideline. He was taking the money, and my dad and the other guy ran to the horse. The horse is sweating now, and so he's starting to lose some of this. So they're putting the blanket over him, and they're running him into the trailer, and they got out of Louisiana as quick as they could. And so my dad doubled his money and paid for me. So
that's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
I feel like everybody should have a story where they have to hightail it out of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Just head for the hills. That's a great story. And your dad was like an all-time, just a cool-looking guy. The iconic look of the jacket, the big cowboy hat. And I feel like a lot of us when we're growing up and we see our dads, when we're kids, we're like, oh, my dad looks dorky. He looks like a dad. But your dad had an undeniably cool look about him. Did you realize when you were growing up, my dad's a cool guy? Or did it take the benefit of hindsight, getting a couple years away from him, to be like, that's a great look that he's got?
Yeah, I think, both things. He grew up working on a ranch, working on ranches. So he was a real cowboy or a real Western person. And he knew all that stuff, but he loved coaching and he loved ranching. So, as I got older, of course I didn't have the cowboy look, especially during the time that I grew up. So, but getting away from him for a while and then coming back and then coaching with him, he's the only coach in history, and I'm sure he's the only one that ever will wear a cowboy hat and cowboy boots on the sideline. But I thought it was pretty neat because that was him, that was what he wore when I went over to his house. He was wearing the same stuff. So, but it was neat that he got to do that.
So I hate to bring up bad memories, but the Music City Miracle, you were on the other side. Jeff Fisher's a friend of ours. We've had him explain it from his point of view. From your point of view, was that totally a forward lateral? What was going through your mind when that all went down?
Yeah, we had instant replay. So I was standing there on the sideline, right across from where they were making the play, where he was throwing the ball back, throwing the ball forward. So I still thought when they scored, I thought they're going to call it back, and it was close. After looking at it, it was close. But if you ever look at the film, which it was filmed then, he threw it from behind a line, and the guy caught it in front of a line. So I don't see how it couldn't have been forward. But it was our mistake really that we didn't play the play right. We should have kicked it deep and covered the field, or if we were going to kick it short, we should have kicked it more to the sideline where they couldn't throw it back like that. So it was still our fault overall.
Yeah. So you've been a head coach, interim or head coach, for 6 different teams. It's actually the most in NFL history. Which do you like more, though? Do you like being a head coach or a defensive coordinator more from like a coaching and life perspective?
Well, I mean, you always like being the boss, I guess, but I've always said, and I think it's true, I was a better defensive coordinator than I was a head coach. And so I think that's been my niche really, or has been when I coached in the league. We didn't have a terrible record. I always say I was a bad head coach, but
you weren't.
I didn't have a terrible head. I had a winning record.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Which is decent. But the thing I didn't do as a head coach that I got to do as an assistant coach was win a lot of playoff games. So I had a winning record in both areas, but we won a lot of more playoff games, and of course the Super Bowl as an assistant coach.
Yeah. What about being an interim head coach? Is there something that you liked about stepping into the interim role? Because to me, it seems like it's kind of a different. No, it's got a different skill set, right? Being an interim guy and then being a full-time head coach, like you got to bring some sort of a spark. And you hear about like Dan Campbell when he was an interim coach, he'd blast Metallica and bury a football at midfield. You have to do something to turn the page a little bit and get the players ready to go. Was that a challenge for you stepping into that interim role?
Yeah, it's very hard to do that. I think to change what you've been doing in the whole season, the whole off season. You've lost a lot of games. That's why you become the interim head coach. So that season is not going well, and then you take over. With only a few games left, or at least in my case, there's only a few games left every time I did it. So it's you just try to get them to play as hard as they can. And yeah, if you could do something where maybe it changes their attitude a little bit, but it's hard to change what they've been throughout the whole season in a few games. And I think it's tough on the interim coach to do that. Yeah,
you seem like a pretty straightforward guy too. So that's why I was kind of curious. Did you have any firing up strategies to get the guys going, to get them, ready to turn that page when you stepped in as an interim guy?
Well, I always told them, hey, you just got the last coach fired, and I don't want you to get me fired, so let's get to playing better,
We're going to get back to Wade in a second, but before we do, I'll talk to you guys about Manscaped. Support for today's episode comes from Manscaped. Father's Day is just around the corner, and you probably need a gift for a hairy dad. Make your dad proud this year. Get him and yourself the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, the Ultra Smooth Package. You know what they say, like father, like son. The brand new Lawnmower 4.0 and Ultra Smooth Package is perfect for you and the dad in your life to complete your grooming game. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code PMT at manscaped.com. We love the total package. They got crop gel. You can see where you're shaving with their unique clear shaving gel just for the groin. They have crop exfoliator infused with ingredients that can soothe and keep the skin on and around your groin feeling refreshed, reducing the risk of ingrown hairs by your delicates. And it's time to shave, which is step 3. The crop shaver was designed for shaving the groin area with confidence. 3 precision blades include extra wide lubricating strips and a pivoting head for the ultimate groin grooming experience. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code PMT at manscaped.com. 20% off, free shipping, promo code PMT at manscaped.com. It's dad bod season, time to get smooth. Here's more Wade Phillips.
What's your favorite saying that you would use with your players, whether it be like in practice or before a game? I have a couple that I wanted to throw at you, but I was wondering what yours was, that maybe one that you like leaned on more or you liked more to pump the guys up.
I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds of sayings, that I think, and anything you want to emphasize, that's what you do, is just say that saying over and over and over and over with them, and so they know that. I had several that I used overall, but the one I always used was when we played the game, when we were going to play the game the night before the game. We go over everything the night before the game, and then the last thing I'd say to them is, "Hey, mistakes are mine," And what I want them to do is not worry about mistakes, and if they make a mistake, just go ahead and keep playing harder and harder. And in fact, I said that so often. We were playing in the Super Bowl with Denver, and the night before the game, I gave them a speech and said, "Hey, we got to, play as hard as you can, so forth, and said, "Okay, let's go get them." And I started to leave the room, and then I hear these voices say, Coach, what about the mistakes?" And I said, "Okay, the mistakes are mine," and they all cheered.
I wrote that one down because I love that one. That was the one I wanted to bring up, but I'm happy you said it. The other one that I loved was you'd say every winner is just a loser that didn't quit. I think that's a great saying.
It's something you believe in, I mean, and again, the good thing about coaching is you can influence people, I mean, when you talk to them every day and then you talk to them before a game, and it's important that they want to try to do well, then you get to influence them in your way of thinking, so to speak, in a lot of ways, not everything, but certainly in a lot of ways. Now, I didn't influence them to like country music or anything like that.
Right. Did you try?
No, my dad did, but it didn't really work even then. So he played some, and they turned it off.
You mentioned the Super Bowl 2015, the Panthers-Broncos. Did you know going into that game that you had to get a defensive touchdown, or you had to create a certain amount of turnovers to win that game? Because Peyton Manning, as great as he was obviously limited at that point in his career, and you knew that you had to have a good defensive performance. So I'm curious what your goals were going into that game if you were going to win from a defensive standpoint.
Well, that was our whole season, really. I mean, we went into every game thinking we needed to play really well defensively, not because of the offense, just it was our job to play to win ball games. And and Osweiler played half the season too. I mean, Peyton was hurt half the season, and I've never given a team an out, and so I've always said, hey. To win the game, we have to give up less points than their defense, less points than their defense does. So, if we lost the game, it wasn't because our offense didn't play good enough. It's because we didn't play good enough. And so that was always my philosophy and always has been, because it's easy to point the finger on the other side because, like you say, Peyton didn't have a great year. I mean, he led the NFL in interceptions and he only played 7 games. Mm-hmm. So he didn't have a great year, but he's a great player, and he was a big influence on our team and helped win the games that we need to win, certainly.
So speaking about that Super Bowl, the arrival of Wade Phillips' Twitter account, which I love, really came out when you visited the White House and you gave us all a tour from your point of view. I especially loved just the single picture of the lawn, and it just said lawn. That was the caption. Just letting everyone know. And then, like, the red room, it just said red room. It was half of the red room. What has been, like, you tweet all your own tweets, right, I assume?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, yeah.
No, it's great. And so, what made you get into it? And, I love it. I think you're a great account to follow, and you really show, like, your personality and sense of humor. And I love when any athlete or coach does that. Have you enjoyed it, or is it, like... because most people get on Twitter and eventually they start hating it.
Yeah, well, it's not me hating it. Sometimes haters hate you.
Right.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
and I learned a lot of things that not to say too. But but I actually started when I got to be the head coach of the Cowboys. There was so much, and Twitter was coming out then, and I thought, well, this is a good way to get to the fans. To speak to the fan. Yeah, press conferences and all that, but it's just coach speak, all that really. So I thought, I just put on there, hey, we caged the Bears or something like that, and the fans love that, they love that kind of stuff. And, we're excited about this game or whatever, which was true. So I started doing it then and just kind of stuck with it. But like I say, I made a few mistakes by, saying things I probably shouldn't have, especially about Green Bay. Their fans really get mad at you.
Yeah. And you got to learn about the like button too, because people look up what tweets you're liking on there too. I saw that there was a little snafu with your ring that you got from the Super Bowl. Did you get that fixed? They misspelled your name on your Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, they certainly did. They didn't misspell my name. They had the wrong name. So it's just it didn't say Coach Phillips. It said Coach Peters, which I might have liked it one time in my life, but that wasn't it. So they one of the guys alphabetically they switched it somehow. One of the guys that worked there, he got his regular ring. I got the wrong name. So I wanted to try to keep it. They wouldn't let me do it, so I had to send it back to them. I'll say that this for them. They got it back and got me a new one pretty quickly.
You mentioned the Cowboys. We've never had a Cowboys coach on. How much did you dread Jerry's press conference after games?
Jerry's press conference?
Yes.
Oh, well, no. I mean, Jerry's going to say what he's going to say, and that's just part of being the coach there. You already know that. So, but also Jerry, Jerry is so much different in that, he's a general manager, and you expect general managers to say things and be quoted in the paper and so forth. But for some reason, since he's the owner, they always look at him as the owner saying something, but he's really saying stuff as a general manager.
Mm-hmm. Could you sense his presence when he was down on the sidelines, when he was doing the Jerry Jones thing?
No, he usually came down on the sideline when we were winning at the end of the game. So, he wasn't down there when we were losing. So,
you have a DVD. It's called Coach's Choice DVD. I have to ask a really random question, but the cover of the DVD has like a super dangerous tackle on it. Why'd you pick that?
Oh, that's a super dangerous tackle.
Yeah, the guy's got his head down.
Oh yeah, right on the thigh.
It's like
a picture of what not to do in a football field.
No. When I did the video, the DVD, which was a long time ago. A friend of mine had worked with a guy out in California, Jim Peterson, who wrote a book for Bill Walsh. But anyway, he does these DVDs, and so they asked me to do it, so I went out there and did that.
I thought maybe it was your sense of humor coming out, like, hey, here's Coach Phillips being like, here's how not to tackle. Like, here's an instructional DVD on how to play defense with the worst tackle ever on the cover.
No, I didn't even realize that. So I have to call him and say, hey, check on the picture.
If you teach every other player how to tackle poorly, then only the guys that play for you know how to tackle the correct way.
Here, I'll show you. Here, let's see.
Kind of a genius move.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it up in the. I think you'll be able to see it.
Oh yeah, who's going to get the lowest, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Does low man win? Is that a true?
Low man wins every time.
I love it.
Duck your head.
Yeah, right.
Your other Super Bowl appearance recently here with the Rams, I know that it didn't turn out the way that you would have liked to ultimately, but you only gave up 13 points to the Patriots in a Super Bowl. Has that sunk in to the point where you can look back on that game and be proud of the performance that you had, at least individually as a coach and as your defensive unit went out there and performed?
Yeah, I mean, you always feel like you're proud of whatever they did. I mean, even though we I gave it the most points in a loss in the Super Bowl when I was at Denver the first time and we lost to the 49ers and they scored 55 points. So I gave it the most points ever in the Super Bowl in a loss, and then I gave it the least points ever in the Super Bowl with that 13 in a loss. So both those games were losses. That's just the way it goes.
What was it like coaching under Sean McVay with the age difference? Was there ever a moment where you're like, man, I've been coaching. You literally were coaching in the NFL for longer than he's been alive.
Yeah, I mean, I said it when I first got the job. I asked him if I could say it, but I said it when I first got the job that we're the only staff that had one coach on Medicare and the other coach in daycare. So,
but you guys you obviously went to the Super Bowl. You had a successful relationship. Was it ever weird to just sit there and be like, hey, I've seen all this stuff, but everyone knows Coach McVay is obviously so advanced and such an exceptional coach. Is that really what it is? Like, age doesn't matter. It's just football
that's what
talks?
It is. He's certainly special in that way. The age, we always say when we get older, age is just a number. It doesn't make a difference. But he's one of those when he's younger, and it doesn't make a difference because he knows a lot of football. He's got a great sense for communication with the players and coaches and everybody. So he's a great. They asked me about him being a great young coach. He's just a great coach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We were talking to Coach Fisher not too long ago about working with your defensive coordinators in practice, especially if you have a young quarterback or a rookie quarterback even. Sometimes he'd be teamed up with Dr. Heat, Greg Williams, and he'd have to try to tell Greg, hey, maybe lay off the heat a little bit. We're trying to work on some things with our rookie. Is that something that you had consciously in your head when you'd be sending your defense out there in practice? If you have a young quarterback, would you intentionally try to give him certain types of looks or lay off other types of looks so that he could progress as well as, because you want to have your defense prepared for the game, but you also want to make sure that your star young quarterback is progressing at the right pace?
Yeah, usually in the off season we would go, ones against ones, but once you get into preseason and so forth, you really I don't like the ones to go against the ones because I want somebody to win, So I like the one defense go against the two offense and vice versa when I was a head coach, and I think that's the way most people do it. I mean, you don't want to run a young quarterback for sure. Having him in a situation where he's going against a veteran defense that gives him all kinds of problems at practice.
Mm-hmm. So, who is the hardest offensive player to game plan against? It could be quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Who's the guy that, when you think back, like that guy, I just couldn't figure it out because he was just so talented and so exceptional?
Well, all the great quarterbacks Tom Brady's the first one. He's going to know what you're in all the time. And Peyton Manning before he was on my team, and then when he was on my team in practice, he would work with the scout team every once in a while, especially when he was hurt that year and he was coming back, and we'd want to see certain looks, and he would audible in practice to stop us, So those kind of guys, they're so good that they're so hard to play against, Yeah, Norm Van Brocklin was really tough. But I go way back with a lot of great ones.
Yeah. Blake Bortles. Tell me about game planning against Blake Bortles.
Yeah, well, we had Blake. I played against him. When I was coaching with the Texans, and a real athletic guy. That's the thing. In practice, they have to throw the ball all the time. They don't really run with it. So working against him in practice, you didn't have to worry about him running with the football. But when you played against him in game, the guy's athletic enough to if it wasn't there, he'd run for a first down. So, these running quarterbacks that we're getting more and more of now, it's a different game plan and hard to work against in practice because you don't see it.
Yeah, I think Blake actually has the highest yards per carry of any quarterback, at least in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah,
he's like the ultimate dual threat guy. How involved were you in choosing who the scout team quarterback was going to be for the offense, depending on who you're going to be matched up against the next week?
It's usually, as long as it isn't the first team quarterback. I mean, we'll put somebody there. We put wide receivers there if they, could throw a little bit and run with it. Just to give us the look every once in a while.
Yeah.
Or running back if you happen to play quarterback in college or something like that.
So you mentioned the quarterbacks that can move and do all these things in today's game. This just popped in my head. The instant classic, the Monday Night Football game, Rams versus Chiefs. How much did that suck for you? Because everyone was like, that was the greatest game ever. It probably wasn't great to be the defensive coordinator in that game, even though there were defensive touchdowns that were scored.
Yeah, we scored 2 touchdowns on defense, and I don't know, we sacked him a bunch of times, and then we intercepted, 3 times or something like that. So, and what I've always said with my guys, you still got to play good enough to win. When it came down to it, we had to make the stops, or even at the end of the game, they had the ball at the end of the game and they could win the game. We stopped it. We got an interception. So, when you shut somebody out, that's great. But it comes down to the same deal. If you give up less points than their defense gives up, then you're going to win the game. And I don't want them ever, be having a quote bad game and worry about all that. I want them to worry about winning the game, somehow winning the game. And if they scored 50 points already, so what? We've got to stop them this last series, and we did. So I know how to beat Mahomes, that's for sure.
I like that though, because I think that's
54.
Yeah, I mean that obviously was such a crazy game up and down, but it probably speaks to you as a player's coach, and I think most players that played for you will say that is like at the end of the day, winning the game is all that really matters. Obviously, there's stuff you clean up afterwards, but who cares? You gave 51, but your team scored 54.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like the attitude that you have too, which is it's almost like you're a father of the defense. Like that'd probably be a more appropriate title. You are the dad of whatever defense is out there because you love your children all the same. And yeah, they might let up a Super Bowl record amount of points on defense, or they might let up a 13-point loss to the Patriots, and you love their performance because they're your guys. And at the end of the day, like you're just a proud dad.
Well, they're my guys. They are, and I believe in relationships. Not just I'm the know-it-all or the I use. And I've told it before. I mean, I've encouraged players to say something if they thought it was important in the game. That hey, Aqib Talib, we were playing Kansas City, and we had them backed up right before the half. They just got the ball before the end of the half, and he said, as he's going out on the field, he said, "Coach," he said, call this certain defense," and he said, because they throw it, he said, they throw an out route on the first play of the series, in the 2 minutes. And I said, well, I got something else I can call, but I'll call it for you. And of course, they ran an out route, he intercepted, and we scored for the half and ended up winning the game. So, those things are important. I think if I was a different type of coach, he might not have ever said anything to me, So I think those things help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would be the best player that you've ever coached that maybe isn't one of those like top name, maybe not like a perennial Pro Bowler, but is there one guy that stands out to you over the course of your career that's been like a very important guy defensively that might not have gotten all the accolades, but you're like, this dude can play football?
Well, a whole bunch of them, I think. I can go back. Of course, I've got a whole lot of Hall of Famers now. I mean, like Ricky Jackson and Robert Brazile and Curly Culp and Elvin Bethea. I've coached in the first, my first 10 years of coaching. They were all in the Hall of Fame now. And then Atwater's going in, this year. He was supposed to be in, but Atwater's going in. So, besides the Hall of Famer, I don't know. I mean, we had a guy named Vernon Perry with the Houston Oilers that had the greatest game in the history of the playoffs. He when we played San Diego Chargers, when I was with the Oilers, the playoff game, he had 4 interceptions and blocked a field goal and ran it back to like the 10-yard line, and we won 10-7.
Wow. Woo. Not bad.
He had the greatest game that I've ever been around, so I mean, but he wasn't a Pro Bowler or anything like that, but he had the greatest game for sure.
Great one day. All right, so Coach Wade, this has been awesome. The Overtime Podcast. I have one last question for you. Someone tipped us off that you stole tapes from SMU back in the day. Have you returned those? What's the story behind that?
Well, this is I don't want to get in a long story, but I'll try to shorten it.
No, we have as much time as you want. Please.
Well, anyway, I was going to Oklahoma State. I was coming from high school to Oklahoma State. My dad was the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma State, so he hired me and another young coach. But my dad had been at SMU, and he was moving to Oklahoma State. Okay, and a new coach came in at SMU. Hayden Fry was there. If people remember Hayden Fry, He got fired. They went 7-4 and beat Texas, but they still fired. They had fired Hayden with 3 or 4 games left, and so they let him finish out the year. But they ended up having a good year. So anyway, my dad goes to. They had a good defense, and my dad was coaching the defense. So he goes to Oklahoma State, and he wants SMU to give him the copy of the film from SMU so he could put in the defense, so he'd have tape on the defense or, film on the defense so he could teach the Oklahoma State guys that. Well, the new guy, SMU, the new head coach said, no, we're not going to let you have the film. He just wanted a copy of the film. He didn't want the original, and they wouldn't give it to him. So I'm young. I'm and another young coach named Harold Richardson and I are both going there, and we get there the first day, and my dad says, okay, Harold, you and Wade go down and get the film from SMU. Now they'd already told him they couldn't have it, okay? So Harold had worked at SMU with my dad as a graduate assistant, so Harold knew the layout, really. And so Harold calls some friends down there, finds out the head coach is not there. He's out recruiting or something. And so Harold and I go down to SMU to get the film. And we walk in the coach's office. And, of course, the secretaries at that time, they knew Harold, Hey, Harold, how you doing, And Harold said, I'm doing great. And they said, well, Harold, what are you doing here, And he said, well, I'm here to get the film. And they said, oh, okay. And so and Harold told me before we went in, he said, hey, don't say anything. Just act like you know what you're doing. I said, okay. So he walks in. So he's the mastermind of this. So we go in the offices, and some of the coaches are there. Some of them aren't defensive coaches. He knew where all the defensive coaches' offices were. And so we go in the defensive line office, and the film was in there. Some of the film, and Harold would just hand me the film. They were in cases, and he just handed me the film. And so we went in one guy's office, and he's watching the film. And the lights are off, and they had the 16 millimeter film, and he's running it. The coach is running it. Harold turns on the light, and says, "Hey, I'm Harold Richardson." And the guy says, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I'm here to get the film." Now the guy already has the film. Harold walks over, rewinds the film while the guy's sitting there. Said, "We need this film." Puts it in the case, hands it to me. We walk out. And we walk out of the building with all the film from the year before, and it's the original film. It's not copies. And so we take it up to Oklahoma State. We cut up our film for our teaching purposes, taped back together the film where the missing parts were, and sent it back to SMU. Of course, they raised hell, when they got it back because they were missing a lot of the film, but anyway, we did what my dad said, go down there and get the film, so we did.
Yeah, and you know what happened later? I hate to bring this up, but the Music City Miracle play was taken from film from an SMU game by a Dallas Cowboys special teams coordinator who then brought it up to Tennessee. It was almost like maybe the curse of the film.
Yeah, came back.
Yeah, well, we should have cut that out too, I guess.
Yeah, right. If you just cut that out.
Yeah, we weren't doing special teams; we were just doing defense.
So, yeah.
I could have been a little smarter, I guess, but I wasn't.
Yeah, that's the answer now. If you could change one thing in your entire life, it'd be to cut out the special teams film when you stole it from SMU.
You were right there.
Everything would be different.
Or getting a different official who was supposed to be there watching the throw back and go forward.
Yeah. Well, this has been awesome, Coach Wade. We really appreciate it. We'd love to do it in person too. Next time you're in New York City, definitely come by. And good luck. And you are officially retired from retirement. You said that. So anyone who needs help, who wants to make their defense great, because that's what you've done your entire career, let's get it going.
Oh, I mean, we're friends with Deion Sanders. We can have him give you a call.
You want to go to Jackson State? Yeah, there we go.
Well, I think the USFL is coming back too. So
that's true. That's true. Okay,
yeah, but I'd like to stay in Houston if I could.
All right. We'll anything we hear, we'll pass your way. We don't hear anything, so this is a totally hollow offer by me.
We know Dana, the coach of the university.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we're actually good friends with Dana Holgerson.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but of course that's my alma mater. So.
Yeah, well, he doesn't really play defense though.
No. He's one of those offensive. He doesn't worry about defense.
Yeah, right.
Score more than the other team, and you win.
That's actually perfect. They'll be like, "Hey, listen, I'll take you down from 40 points per game given up to 39 points per game."
Yeah, might win.
I think I could do that.
Yes, I love it. All right, well, Coach Wade, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Hey, I enjoyed it, guys.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Great to meet you. Wade Phillips is brought to you by our great friends over at Grubhub. We use Grubhub all the time. I'm very excited that Grubhub is advertising with us because we use it every single night that we do a show here on Part of My Take. They're launching their brand new campaign, We Serve Restaurants. Grubhub loves restaurants, from the food to the passion and determination of the people behind them. They know that a restaurant's reputation matters, and they'll be damned if that reputation suffers because of them. Because good food deserves good service delivered fast, fresh, and exactly how restaurants intended it to be. Restaurants work hard to serve their customers. Grubhub works hard to serve them. We love Grubhub. We love them so much. What did we get tonight? We got burritos from Grubhub tonight. Some great burritos, California-style French fries in them. Shout out Grubhub for making it happen. Today, Grubhub's doing a little extra to serve Panera. Get a free delivery perk on your first order from Panera of $15 or more. Order through the Grubhub app or online. Grubhub works hard to serve restaurants so they can work hard to serve you. Check them out, Grubhub.
All right, let's finish up. We got 2 segments and a couple FAQs. Segment number 1, Garrett Cole, what were we going to say? PR 101?
PR 101 for Garrett Cole. Yeah. He was asked in an was it like an open press conference today? They didn't have a game. He didn't pitch today, right? Anyways, he was asked by one reporter, have you ever used the substance known as spider tack to enhance your grip? And his answer was, here, I'll do a Garrett Cole impression. I don't know how to answer that.
That's really what he said.
Garrett Cole, here's a little PR 101 for you. It's called lying.
Yeah.
You just have to lie.
Yeah.
And if you just lie, what will happen is people will print your lie.
Yeah.
And then people will read that and be like, oh, Garrett Cole doesn't use spider tack. And then the story's over. And then you can just stop using spider tack if you've been using it before. The thing you don't want to do, I would actually have respected a lot more if you'd be like, yeah, I've used it because literally every pitcher uses it. And now that I know that they're cracking down, I'm not going to use it anymore.
Well, he kind of did say that by accident when he was like, there's a lot of things in this game that were passed down from the previous generation to this generation. Essentially like, it's not me. I'm like, I'm holding my friend's weed for him. Like, it's not, no. Like, someone else gave me that. So, yeah, he, all-time terrible answer.
Really bad.
But his hair looked awesome. I actually noticed that.
I mean, how many different ways were the Astros cheating? We got to figure out. It's got to be.
I don't count this way, though, because it's literally everyone.
Well, I think it was the Yankees first, and the Astros took it from them, and it's pretty much just them two.
He should blame Astros culture.
I have a feeling, I want to give a little PSA to our friend Trevor Bauer. I think they're going to try to, much like they found the villains in the steroid era, I think they're going to try to find a villain for the spider tack era, and who would be better than Trevor Bauer because people don't like him.
They're going to
not saying he does it. Actually, I would say he probably doesn't, but they're going to try to pin it on him and make him persona non grata. So, Trevor, please make sure you're clean.
Well, Trevor, also, you're probably listening to this podcast, right? I'm sure you have whatever the Google Alert equivalent of a podcast notification is. You are cheating. The spin rate thing is like pretty obvious for Trevor Bauer. But again, everybody else is cheating too.
Yeah.
But they are going to try to pin it on you. So just be aware of that. And Garrett,
it's happening.
Garrett Cole, this is what they warned about with Garrett Cole when it comes to the New York media. Like, some people aren't ready for the bright lights of New York City. He didn't anticipate that somebody would ask him a tough question like, hey, Garrett, do you cheat at baseball? He was not prepared for that. That's only the type of question you get out of the Big Apple.
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Sorry, Hank just passed it on to me. Or did I pass it to you? That was simultaneous.
Wait, Hank,
did we just come at the same time?
Pretty much.
Hank, when you catch a yawn from somebody, you don't do the noise.
Oh.
That was a silent yawn.
Why? My mic was off. The only...
I would hear you yawn down the hallway.
I don't think so. You guys have noise-canceling headphones on in Big House Talking.
All right, so we have a Respect the Biz quick one from Paul Sullivan.
I'll leave it on.
PW Sullivan at Twitter. He deleted it. No. He deleted it, and Chicago Tribune, longtime baseball writer, sports columnist. Sorry, so much so that he does have the picture of himself from the newspaper header from like 25 years ago. The Cubs are playing in San Diego, and he said the Padres allow fans to invade press box to take photos during work. So lame.
Gross.
And someone responded and was like, I'm a Padres fan, and they do this 4 hours before the game so that like a few fans can get pictures.
So initially when I saw the tweet, I was like, maybe this happened during the game, and they were, I don't know, cheering, heaven forbid, having fun. But no, I looked at the background of the picture, and the background of the picture clearly shows the batting practice cage.
It's so far
still
in
up,
advance.
and there's like one other person in the press box at the time. So it was just literally him with his phone stopping because he was being interrupted from his work by other people taking pictures to take a picture of them.
Yes.
One thing fans need to realize, Big Cat, is the only reason that you really get in to sports media at that level to be a press box guy is so that you can look down on fans.
Yeah.
And so that you can feel like you're superior to them and like they owe you a debt of gratitude for covering the game that they watch on TV.
All facts.
So you can't come in and disturb. That is their holy grail. That's their space that they have carved out for themselves because they went to journalism school.
I just hope
Jake.
I just hope the Diet Coke machine was working.
Oh
what do you think about this, Jake? Disgusting, right? Just disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. I did hashtag grow the biz. Not an ideal way to do that today.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I used to go to press boxes.
Wait, no, wait.
You think the fans are disgusting?
Whoa.
No. He is. This is not the tweet.
All right, we disagree.
The tweet was not an ideal way to grow the biz.
You can't have fans. They're fucking dirty-ass fans who root for teams. Gross.
Jake, this guy's got a deadline in 7 hours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Probably more like 9.
Yeah.
The best was when the
West Coast comes on the late edition of the
writers will tweet about having their game story, they call them gamers in the biz, done, and then
ruined it
to me.
That's my favorite part of like when something dramatic happens at the end of the game.
Delete.
They're like, well, this sucks.
Now I have to delete it.
No, it was fucking awesome.
That's what I was going to say.
It's sports.
They always tweet about how their story is no longer
They
usable.
don't like sports. All right, FAQs. Finish this up, Hank. We got some killer guests coming up. By the way,
let's get some official predictions on how this overtime game ends.
Avalanche.
The Gucci overtime challenge.
Avalanche.
I'm going to go. Well, you have to say who scores the goal.
Nate McKinnon. It's the only player I know.
Chalk. I was going to say that's.
I'm going to go with the second best guy on the team, and
Cale Makar.
Yeah, Makar.
He went to UMass. That's the only reason I know him.
Here we go. We got this guy.
All right, I'll take the Knights.
Great UMass name, too.
And
I'm going Colorado Makar.
Find someone, Hank.
Fleury.
Yeah,
I like it.
That could happen.
All right.
You never know. Is Reeves playing?
Dude, if you got that right, I don't know what you'd get, but you need to get something.
It'd be like when Billy predicted whatever that was, Monday Night Football.
Yes.
Hey, Hank, I would like... or no, Thursday Night Football. Hey, Hank, I would like to know what the dynamic of the PMT group chat is. Who texts first? Who never texts? Who gets the most laughs and upvotes? Is it all work, no play in the chat?
I'd say it's actually very even text messages, right?
And it's also even on the play and work as well, I'd say.
A lot of planning.
It's usually
it's bursts.
Yeah,
whatever it is, it's bursts.
During the week, it's usually work, like, here's what time we have to be at so-and-so location, because we're around each other so much that there's really not a big need to text anything. We'll just, like, bust somebody's balls to their face.
Yep.
But on the weekends, if there's blood in the water, if one of us has one of our favorite teams have something bad happen to them, then it's just like open season for about 3 hours.
Something funny.
Liam's clips at 4 a.m.
Liam's clips at 4 a.m. Mm-hmm. They come through. We also do have a text message. It's PMT, no Billy.
Yep.
Which, what did you say? Every time you saw it, who said that every time they saw it, they thought it was PMT, no Billy.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
Because it's got a picture of Billy with a circle and a line through it over. So I always think that Billy fucked up when I get a text.
And it's not, we're going to add him back in when he comes back, which could be
for his own good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say there's been times where I like haven't been on my phone. I've looked and there's been like 20 messages, but then by the time I get to the bottom, I'm like, all right, I don't need to add anything because it's over. It goes in and out.
And occasionally Hank will do this really passive aggressive thing where he goes back like 4 months and he emphasizes a tweet. Or a text
I did that. I pulled that on him. I went back, 4 months. I did a thumbs up.
Sometimes you gotta get petty. I think all group texts can be like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What?
You got a thumbs down,
If you were right about something a long time ago and you guys aren't going to bring it up, I have to bring it up myself. You got to be your own biggest fan.
Yeah, I'm on a group text with my friends, and I sometimes will just, randomly to one of my friends, I will go back for an entire week and thumbs down everything he said, and it always hurts his feelings.
Hey, Dad Cat, Marlins Woman, Honk, and Beta... No, I'm not going to say his name. When you've hit people up
We've
for...
said it like 16
when you've
times.
hit people up for interviews, are there any funny rejections you've gotten from people who don't want to come on?
Yeah, fuck Jared Dudley.
Yeah.
That one sucked. He was lame for that.
And then he tried to come back on, right?
Yeah, then he tried to come back on. I was like, why would you do that?
The one that I wasn't like, it wasn't like a funny rejection or anything. It's more just like, I don't get why this happened. But Lil Dicky said no to us, and that always confused me because I think he'd be great on the show. And I still want him on the show.
Kevin Durant said no to us a million times.
We've tried to get Chris Berman on several. He hasn't outright rejected us.
No, we just circled him.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him. We'll get him. I'm trying to think.
There's definitely been someone that we've reached out and they've been like, yeah, this person's not doing press.
Said absolutely. Tim Tebow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I think Tim Tebow, the response was he doesn't really jive with you guys. It's that's a totally fair assessment.
I heard it was a hard no from Tim Tebow.
Yeah, which I would expect that.
Yes.
I wouldn't want Tim Tebow to say yes to us because we would make fun of him.
Would you guys bail anyone out on this podcast if they committed murder?
Depends who they killed.
Depends on how they killed them.
Chainsaw? What if it was murder and that person called and was like, I didn't do it?
What if they killed Baby Hitler? I'm the first one there.
If Jake told me he didn't do it, I'd believe him.
Yeah.
Of all people?
Yeah.
He's the biggest psychopath here.
If Jake says he didn't do it, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And if he did, that's family business.
Mm-hmm. Keep it in the family.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Jake,
La Cosa Nostra, we have a sit down about it.
No offense.
You know?
Maybe we give you an envelope till you get lost for a while.
Yeah. A nice sit down.
That's your family.
Our thing.
Hank,
I would actually, as long as I think as long as it wasn't a child, or I think if it was another man, I'd bail all of you guys out for killing another man.
It's pretty sexist, big cat.
I would not bail you out if you killed a woman. I wouldn't.
Equality.
No matter what woman it was, any woman.
Hitler's wife.
Ava Braun, she killed herself. No, did Hitler kill her?
Baby Hitler's
Unclear.
wife.
Unclear.
They're living in Argentina.
Yeah. I think I'd bail you guys out if you guys were like, hey, I got into beef with another man, had to kill him. I'd be like, all right, fine, fuck it, let's roll.
What if Hank was like, hey,
say no more, fam.
I fucked up, I killed Jake. The memes got to me.
Yeah, no, I'd bail him out because I'd be like, finally, you stood up for yourself.
I would bail him out, and I'd be under the condition that we record a podcast immediately before you get arrested again.
What took you so long, Hank?
All right, this person sent 12 questions. I'm going to read them all as fast as I can, and you guys can just choose which one you answer.
Oh, God.
Have you guys thought about doing live shows like KSC Radio? Have you ever thought about doing less than 3 shows a week because it seems everyone's more busy now? Any update on KD coming on? Will you ever talk about what happened with Dan Bilzerian? I have holes in my old PM t-shirt from where? Can I get a new one? How's life? How excited are you for the Brooks-Dave golf match? Are you really going to be on Brooks' bag the whole time?
My answer is no.
My answer is we can't talk about it.
You have to figure out which one.
That actually answers, I think, all of them.
Yeah, those are mostly
that
no's.
actually answers every question, except for have you thought about doing less than 3 shows? Because we haven't.
No,
that's also
a
no.
Yeah, we never have. Yeah, I think we covered it all because there's one specific. Yeah, that like we'll give you a little bit more with. We can't talk about it.
But
Dan Bilzerian made us sign something that was like $5 million will sue you if you talk about this, which I guess now he's going to sue us.
But he sucked.
Also met Steve Will Do It. Remember that?
Yeah.
He was like, hey, I'm Steve Will Do It. I was like, who? But now I follow him. Big fan. Gives out Teslas everywhere. Dude just gives Teslas out.
He's a legend.
Yeah, he is. And his fucking dog's cute. Donald.
Does Big Cat even eat the donuts?
I know way too much about Steve Will Do It.
I don't even know who that is.
I can tell by your silence.
Yeah, no idea.
I was pumped to meet him when we saw him at
he's awesome.
I'm a fan
sounds
of Steve like a made-up reality star from 30 Rock.
Dave dropped the ball with that one. Steve was trying to work here like
really?
a long time ago.
I like Steve Will Do It. I felt bad when he introduced it. I was like, I don't know who like that you are, but now
you should have been like, well, what do you do? And then
send.
You could have seen it, and it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Fleury just hit the post.
Does Big Cat even eat the donuts? He's looking good lately. How many donuts do you actually eat out of those? You tweet 6 every Saturday.
7. I usually eat 3.
But it's the weekend, so it doesn't count.
It's usually 3, and then 1 other members of my household, and then now there's a baby, so I'll probably just have to make her eat them too. Yeah, we don't finish all of them, but I'll have a bite of every single one. That's kind of what I do.
When was the last Saturday you didn't buy donuts?
It's been a while. It's literally my favorite thing to do. My son and I go, and it's a fucking great time. We just go, we pick out the donuts. It's like a little serenity, kind of a decompression. Like, let's get into the weekend. It brings me happiness. I really like it.
I've always wanted to have a place where I go.
I do.
I know.
No, it's nice.
That was adorable.
I want to have a place where I go like on a regular scheduled time where they know you and you walk in. They're like, "Oh, hey, it's Mr. Commenter. Hey, Mr. Commenter, we got those frosted ones that you like so very much." When you walk in, are they like, "Oh, it's Dan"?
No. So the guy,
good angle.
He
today.
does.
It's
kind
Donut
of,
Dan.
He does kind of know who I am because it's a Donut Dan. He. Oh, there we go. It was the Knights, which
let's go.
Hank did predict, and it was not Nathan McKinnon.
That's pretty crazy. The Knights,
yeah, Knights up 3-2. Mm-hmm. No, the place I go to, which I don't want to like say because it actually there's a line.
I would not say,
and there's a line, but I'm usually like first in line. So I think
he's standing on.
What do you want me to say? I've got it timed out. I fucking know what time it opens. It's a place that it's literally a line down the block. What do you want me to say, Hank? I don't want to wait in the line.
No, I love it. This is great information.
So I wait. I get there. I know when to get there, and so I'm usually number 1 or 2 in the line. Usually when someone's
is
ahead
it the same crew up top?
No, usually when someone's ahead of me,
F1?
it's like someone who like I can tell like you're a fucking tourist. Like you just Googled this and
you lucked into
probably
this
got
position.
here because you thought it was open.
Mm-hmm.
And they opened the doors for me, and it's fucking awesome. Yeah, I think the guy recognizes me. I think he knows who I am. I think he's Spanish.
Not an FAQ, but anytime something in F1 happens, me and my buddy just say box.
Yeah, box.
And that was talking F1. F1 is awesome. Please get Daniel on the pod.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. I also like to say, like, he won't retire. He's too much of a driver to retire.
Yeah. Push. Okay, push. Okay, Pierre, push.
Mode push from here. Yeah.
Okay, push here.
I just love it when they get like P7 and the whole crew is hyped. Like, P7, that was a great drive.
I love how they also just apologize to each other all the time. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys."
Did you see that one dude? He got passed by like 7 cars in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, and then he probably was like, "Sorry, guys."
It was hilarious watching it from the point of view of the cockpit.
Sorry, guys.
All right, we'll
try harder next time.
Will Lenny Dykstra ever get another anonymous phone call?
I'm sure. Yeah, we'll reach a breaking point with Lenny at some point. But Lenny's too online recently. You want to?
It's 12 o'clock. We can't do it. 12.
No, Lenny Dykstra is definitely getting to bed early.
Let's see what last time he tweeted.
People also forget we had an actual burner phone.
Yeah, just to call
yes.
We actually had a separate. I don't even know where it came from, but it had its own It was a cell phone.
Lenny Dykstra's probably going to bed right now from last night.
Hasn't tweeted for 12 hours. I'm going to leave Lenny alone. We're not going to bother Lenny. But that was
But he retweeted something an hour ago.
Oh.
Shit. He's a huge Kwame Brown fan.
Mm-hmm.
He's only retweeting Kwame Brown stuff.
But Kwame isn't even on Twitter.
Do I have his number?
You liked something 54 minutes ago.
What was it?
You beat me to it, Nails. Salute.
You remember when he just tweeted out a picture of a naked woman in his basement one time? That was wild.
He does weird ass shit. All right, hold on.
I think she was there voluntarily.
Are you Googling if *67 is still a thing?
No, I don't have his number saved. So I have to go back into my DMs.
Wait, can you search DMs?
Well, I just went to his profile and pull and hit DM button on it.
Gotcha.
I'm actually upset that I don't have it.
I guarantee you he's changed his number, right?
Yeah, that was 4 years
Maybe
ago.
not by his own volunteer. Maybe it was...
Disconnected or is no longer in service.
Yeah, you didn't pick.
All right, so I'll DM him and be like, "Hey, Lenny, can I get the new Dig?" And we'll do it. We'll do it. Maybe once. Although I did feel bad. People were like, "That was fucked up."
But he hasn't been arrested in 3 years.
That's true. Lenny feels like he's on the mend.
He's on the straight and narrow.
We're good. We're good with Lenny. All right.
8.99.
Great show.
18.
6.
53. I can't believe I can't even keep track of my numbers. 53.
67 ineligible.
92.
Ooh, damn. Albert Hainsworth, shout out. He got a new kidney.
Who hasn't had
third time?
Just you? You're the only one.
You've never won, Hank?
Yeah, no.
You've been all around the number.
Impossible. We've had this for almost a year.
Yeah, but there's still
now,
30
right?
numbers that haven't been picked.
Wait, we've had this for almost a year. Yeah.
10 months.
I just had an idea. Feel free to shoot it down. Do you think that Lenny Dykstra would like to play Dungeons and Dragons with us?
Yeah, I do.
I'm shooting that down.
I will
probably just eat the dragon's pussy.
I will DM.
I've got facts
right
if
now.
you guys want them. Or we can hold off till Friday.
Hey, Lenny.
Hank, shooting it down.
I'm loading up an RPG.
It would. I think it would be great, good content, Hank. I'm gonna say great. Probably not great. Be solid.
Boom, done. I said, hey, Lenny, long time. Want to play Dungeons and Dragons with us? That's literally what I just said.
What, Hank?
What?
No, I'm waiting for you to end the show so I can say what I really want to say.
Animal fact, Jake.
Oh, wow.
Coyotes and
Leave
badgers
people
will
hanging.
hunt together. The badger digs up the prey and the coyote runs it down.
Love it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Love you guys.
Remember when he showed up to our office with a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can leave that part in.
Yeah. He did. People know that.
I'm shooting.
That was old money.
Talking away. No, I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Needless to say, I'm on the sentence, but I'm stolen away. Slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.